I'm gonna shine till I can't go down. Ride this out till I slide on rails. Make 'em remember the face. My winning displayed in a case. On the other side with the grace. Rewind it back. Yeah, it's facts. We was built like that. 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 I wanna be a tall tale, energy in me passed down. Reppin' my city, make maps proud. The way that I'm living, they mapped out. From no college, no education. Now my house a whole space station. They blame the Illuminati, say I am a Freemason. Cause it's legendary trail that I'm out here blazing. Rap bag so big that a hater can't take it. From a 5-speed Ford to a 6-figure Ford. So many sound files in my dome, I'm born. Tell Elon Musk I'ma need more storage. Cause I be living large, so I got a long story. I'ma need a house made of glass, 13 floors. Whole window, don't need a front porch. What I see in my head, don't need a weak door. No turnkey for a keyless door. I'm gonna shine till I can't go down. Ride this out till I slide on rails. Till I slide on. Make 'em remember the face. My winning displayed in a case. On the other side with the grace. Rewind it back. Yeah, it's facts. We was built like that. 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 I am that culture magic or a demographic. Vision in my words seem photographic. And talking my shit with my teeth ceramic. Only people with 3 eyes will be seen around me. Don't compare me to the greatest on your playlist. Cause the greatest on your playlist ain't this. That is no diss, but a tip with my hat lit. I don't wanna be anything that has been. I just wanna spin when the world spins. Track on the disc, got a whirlwind. Let the world hear till there's no one standing on this waterland spear. Rolling up that shake, finna smoke it spear. Hit 'em in the heart when they approach my field. Come in peace so you can leave in a mill. I'ma stay shining like fire in the steel. Tucked deep in the darkest off-grid hills. I'm gonna shine till I can't go down. Ride this out till I slide on rails. Till I slide on. Make 'em remember the face. My winning displayed in a case. On the other side with the grace. Rewind it back. Yeah, it's facts. We was built like that. We was built like that. We was built like that. We was built like that.
Hello. Can y'all hear me? See who all we got here. Sorry I was a little late. I had to take my puppers outside. Chai, my love. Nicole. Truly. Max, hey love. Flies. Gossip, my loves. All my loves here. Juicy Jules. You better tread lightly, buddy. You're the one that talked about my dogs. Don't forget, I got that IP address. Emerald Skies. I think I know who you are. I'm glad you changed your name, love. These streets are dangerous. Callie. Nicole, it is heartbreaking, isn't it? It's just, yeah. Kim Kins. Robin. Ellen. Sassy. Who got you blocked, Gossip? Scout, hey, love. I wish Doohickey was here. Very floss. Yeah, I seen, Nicole, what you said above, and it's hard, man. You know, people, oh, they're nobody, Gossip. They were in here and they pissed me off talking about my dogs. Oh, yeah. You ain't missing nothing, baby, I promise. Um, People use their children as weapons to hurt the parents. And they don't realize in the long run it hurts the kids, man, and the parents, but children need both parents. No matter how much the parents hate each other, it's not the children's fault. And it's really fucking sad. Hey, turkey girl, love, doing some mama chores. Um, I can't even really remember what we all discussed on the last live I did because I said there's going to be a part two. Yes, Ellen, exactly. And it happens a lot. And in my opinion, that's what we have going on here with Sebastian. I mean, it's different situations with the children, but it's the same situation with the men, the fathers in it. Yes, and the kids grow to know the truth and they end up having resentment toward the parent that done that to them. Hey, Kathy. Exactly, Nicole. Exactly. Because at one point you had to care about that person. You laid down with them and made a child with them. And that's the mother or father of your child. And I'm gonna play some more of the interviews of Michael Long that he done on his yeah, no one wins, Scout. They don't. It just hurts everyone in the situation except for the piece of shit that's doing it. Homemade chicken noodle soup. Oh, Ellen, I'm so sorry. It's hard, man, and it traumatizes the children for the rest of their life. It really does. Right, Cherokee. And then kind of like the Seth situation. Look, this he done all this, and now he's got thrown out cease and desist letters like Oprah. You get a cease and desist. You get one, motherfucker. You're the one that come on here asking for help for your child, and now you're wanting to silence them. Was because they're making money, which I agree they should not be making money off a child, but make it make sense. Exactly, Nicole. Exactly. And much love and hugs to anyone that has went through these kind of situations because you fight and you feel like giving up and like you don't have no fight left. And then the internet doesn't make anything any better. See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm so sorry, Ellen. You're welcome, love. It's just hard, man. I hate it. Hi, Daisy Dead. Yeah, right. And in my opinion, Daisy, that's what I feel is going on here. Oh, Nicole, I'm sorry, baby. We're here for you. You matter. You're amazing. And because now why is Seth all of a sudden trying to silence these people that's been there with him from day one? Day one. People that's actually been boots on the ground, like Chloe, the PI that he fired or whatever. She has still been out there looking, and he sent her a cease and desist, and she's legit. in my opinion. While Seth is sitting on his big ass doing nothing, collecting money. Just think about it. Why is he trying to silence these people that's actually seriously looking for Sebastian and have the best interest for Sebastian? Because they're getting close to the truth, in my opinion. Bullhorn Betty. Something is fishy, Sassy. I think he knows people are starting to catch on to him, and he's trying to, yeah. Yuniko, he sent Chloe one, sure did. That says a lot, don't it? Right, Cha. Hey, Mama Pia. Welcome. Right, Bullhorn Betty. Seth is a piece of shit. And I don't care. He is a total fucking loser. I would never try to silence anyone that is looking for my child. You know, even these tragedy pimps that are making money, like Brittany J and them, you know, I don't agree with that, but at least they're keeping Sebastian's name and face out there, you know? But how ironic, Brittany didn't get one, did she? And it's like if you're not on Seth's side, then you're getting a cease and desist. And Bullhorn Betty she needs to be fucking banned from the internet. Right, Scott? Me, myself, and I. Right, guys, sit on this chair, bitch. Right. In World Skies, it might come to that, baby. And I hope it does. It really bothered me hearing that Chloe got one because she is one of the most legit ones out there looking. She don't put it on YouTube. She's actual boots on the ground. She actually tries, you know? When I heard that he sent her one, that really bothered me. Right, Nicole. Bullhorn Betty blocked me back from the Quentin Simon case because I called her out. Yes, Emerald Skies, I agree. I agree. I absolutely agree. Yeah, it's all for his channel. I heard that he's making a channel and he's going to monetize it. And the only way you can get information about Sebastian is if you join his memberships. I have never in my life seen a case like this. Why would no? Why are you going to put it behind a paywall to find out information about a missing child that you're trying to help find? I didn't know that gossip. Yeah, he's making a channel. When he gets monetized, in order to find out any information about Sebastian, you have to join the membership. Allegedly, that's what I heard. I've seen several people mention it. Hey, criminology. Right. I agree. Criminology. I agree. And I've said this about the guilty dog barks the loudest. It is worse than Summer Welsh Child. What it's been, what, 3 going on 4 months? Sassy, who's he modding for? That's weird. They go way too far on everything, Emerald Skies. They do. Seth knows. Seth knows where that boy is. Yeah, he forgot Sebastian has a mother. That's why he's doing this to hurt her. He don't want Sebastian found because he knows where Sebastian is, in my opinion. And just wait, a female, what, BJ or Bullhorn, Smiley. Truly, I can't. I feel so bad for Chris and Katie. I do. And to this day, Chris still gives him grace. Mama tried, bingo, he does. I had felt it for a while. Right, Cherokee. That's why he don't work for Bullhorn Betty. I, BJ Sassy. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Hi Jay. Oh Lord. And he's modeling for Brittany and BJ. Oh my God. Hey APRN. Wow. Nicole, shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Hey Sonya love. No, I think the eyebrow's still missing. They got tired of her shit too and it ran away. You notice how Smiley calmed her ass down after she got called out on her dirty secrets that came out of the closet. Seth's going down. Seth knows where Sebastian is. And in my opinion, Nina knows too. I think Nina and Seth are in on this together. See? Emerald Skies, you're thinking the same as me, baby. Chris, no, Chris did not have anything to do with it, and neither did um, Katie. Nina is Chris's ex-wife. A legal fund for Seth? Oh my God. Yep, Seth's mother. Yep. Okay, I think that okay, Seth was at work that night. My opinion, Seth's mother, in my opinion, is the one that got Sebastian. And like we talked about last time, Interstate 40 runs from Tennessee straight to New Mexico. Straight shot. I have the Nina interview if y'all would like to watch it again too. Because like whenever first started, Rob and Seth's mom was like, "We're not scared of you, Chris and Katie, and blah blah blah. And we got Nina's side, we got Nina's back, blah 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 blah." Ellen, I'm not sure if he has a passport. Criminology, yep, I think he does. He learned from criminals, burner phones. I bet he does. Guarantee it. Right, Scout? He won't. I, I have a feeling Seth is. saving all that money, and Seth's going to disappear. Like, not somebody hurt him or anything. He's going to run away himself to wherever Sebastian is, in my opinion. I think Nina fibbed some. I don't know. I think it was a setup. I think they're both scorned exes, and what better way to keep their child hurt the other parent, you know? Yep, Jay. Seriously, Emerald, where on AB's channel, I don't like AB because AB is really a piece of shit. Hmm. Nina was dramatic. I believe some of the stuff Nina said, some of it's true, but I don't believe all of it. I don't. I think she done that just to hurt and make uh, Chris and Katie look bad. Yeah, I believed her at first, Nicole, and then no. Probably Mama tried. Right. Flies, right. I'm sorry, but Nina and Chris, no, not Nina and Chris, Nina and Seth are scorned exes. Me too, Emerald Skies. I believe, in my opinion, Seth kidnapped his own child. Seth didn't realize coming to YouTube, it would blow up and go viral like it has, like with any other case, like Summer's case, which I don't think Don and Candace are involved in that. I don't. Like, not. It might have been a tragic accident or something, but these people don't realize when some cases blow up and go viral like this. Yep, gossip. I agree. Good point, criminology. Nicole, I believe that too, an accident cover up, or I truly feel because of the scent. Summer scent ended at the end of the driveway. She wandered off and was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and someone did abduct her because there is a lot of shitty people in that area. But I don't know. I don't think Dawn or Candace hurt her or did anything intentionally. Y'all want to watch the Nina interview? I think I got it because I haven't watched it since it first came out. It ain't on Trevor's channel now because he took his channel down. Somebody's got the TO. Let's see. It is 2 hours and some, but we can go over it and talk about it some, and I'll speed it up if y'all want to. Me too, Ellen. That's what I think. Hey, Sky, how you doing, love? Right, yeah, they couldn't have hid something this long. I don't believe that. I believe Summer's still alive too, and I believe Sebastian is. Yep, gossip. Yeah, 6 days. Do y'all know after 3 years, a case is considered to be a code case? Yeah, I think it was a stranger abduction. I think she wandered off. You know, Candace might have been asleep or passed out or something. I'm not trashing Candace, but wrong place at the wrong time. Nicole, that's possible. I thought that too. But I don't think Dawn and Candace could keep that quiet for that long and hide it. And for 3 years, I don't know. I think I think she was abducted. Me too, gossip. I don't think Donnie Candace hurt that baby on purpose. I don't. They both might be pieces of shit and done horrible things in their life, but I don't think they hurt Summer like that. I don't. I really don't. But I'm going to play this Nina interview. And I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up. I would love to have somebody come up with me and we can discuss it as we go. We was going to do the Michael Long thing. We'll still get to that too. We might be on here a little while, but that's okay. But yes, Ellen, I've seen that. Yes, Mama tried. I could see that making sense. Yes. Right, child. Right. You can be a piece of shit person, but that doesn't mean you're a bad mom or dad, you know? Ellen, me too, especially since that came out. We'll watch a little bit of that too, because I know where that's at. Someone covered that. Seth's a piece of shit. Seth keeps, I ain't got social media and this night. But motherfucker, what do you think YouTube is? Then he says he has the email to the Facebook group. Motherfucker, what do you think Facebook is? I think she was too, Scout. I do. And in, um, okay, whenever Dawn and Candace were in the hotel, I don't remember if it was like the anniversary or her birthday or something. And Candace was showing pictures of her, and I seen real, true emotions. You know, I don't think Candace hurt that baby.
Met
I'm gonna speed it up here. This is as big as I can get it. But yes, Ellen, let me tell you what. That's a very good point. My mom, um, she had two back surgeries, like back to back, like 2 years. She had two back surgeries, and she got hooked on pain pills. And my mom overdosed and died from it. And you know, with this shoulder injury that Seth has allegedly or whatever, you know, it's easy to get hooked on them. Yeah, Jay, this is no, not Seth's ex-wife. It's Chris's ex-wife. Hey, Rage Quit. Chris Profit's ex-wife, the one he has the little girl with. And you know, when you have surgeries or injuries and stuff, it's really easy to get hooked on narcotics and stuff. You know. Hold on, Megs. I got you, baby. uh, Rage Quit. Where have I seen you at before? Have you been on here a long time? Congratulations, Mama tried. I've been clean almost 17 years from cocaine myself. Yeah, I know, but you got a brand new account pretty much. I'm just wondering. You're good, just I don't trust new accounts really. A lot of times they're up to no good, but you're always nice. It's just a lot of people make new accounts to come and start shit. You know, ask Sky right there. Sky will tell you I done the same thing home. And the raise guy. Thank you, Nicole. You did girl on me, Sky. I done the same thing to Sky. It's just it's hard to trust people when they got brand new accounts, you know. But I get it. I get it. You're welcome here. You better be on your best behavior. Yeah, child, and that's why, yeah. And I don't want none of that. And you're good, Rage. You really are. No, Nicole, I didn't because I don't give a fuck about him anymore. Why? What happened? All Frank's doing is fucking trying to get subs and shit. See, that's how he is, Nicole. That's how he is. He's ban evading, and I'm not. He will never be on my panel again because when you're ban evading and you go on somebody else's panel, you can RC can lose her channel over that. He does that. He fucking sub poaches and shit. He don't give a fuck about Summer. He never covered Summer. He's the one that the other night. I'm gonna go and say he's the one the other night that took money from me, and then yeah, he also is the one that showed naked crime scene photos of Abby and Libby from the Delphi case. He sent the photos to Abby and Libby's parents, the crime scene photos. He will never be welcome back in my chat. Who in the fuck sends crime scene photos of their deceased children to the parents? He did. See, Nicole, yeah, he leaked them. He's the one that done it. Sent it to Abby and Libby's parents, posted them on YouTube. That's why he got his account terminated. And now he's back ban evading. Thinks he knows every fucking thing. Took money from me. Flies, please warn RC. He's not there for the right reasons, and he'll never be welcome back in my life again. I've helped that boy so many times, and he took advantage of me so many times. You're welcome, Flies. He's no good. He sub poaches. He gets information, just uses his own content. He don't give a fuck about Summer. And I hate to see RC lose her channel over that because he's ban evading. And I seen it with Natasha Cooper. after she was invading, she'd go on people's panels and they would lose their channel because she was on there because they were giving her a platform. Wacky, it's that Frank dude, not the Frank, my ex Frank. Oh, I went to go watch all that flies. His name is True Crime Deduction, and he's been on my panel and he's been on Cher's channel, and so RC told him off. Yeah, the new Frank, not Stalker Frank. No, not Stalker Frank. I warn anyone, stay away from anyone named Frank that is from overseas. They're trash and they're not circumcised. Okay, let's get on to this. Yes, Megs. Yes, he took money from me because I feel sorry for people and people take advantage of my heart and I'm tired of it. And then whenever I was talking to him, I needed someone and he started cussing me and threw my mental health in my face and everything else. And yeah, don't fuck with Franks across seas. Neither one of them circumcised. Yeah, I like my turtles out of the shell, not in. Anyway, okay, let's go over this Nina stuff. No, we're not buddies. We used to be until he took advantage of me recently. He was all buddy buddy with me, and then I sent him money, and yeah, no more Franks. I'm going to go watch that. Yeah, I don't like my turtles in the shell. They got to come out of that shell. All right, let's listen to Nina here. And if anyone wants me to stop or rewind, just I would say yell it, but put some kind of red flag emojis or something, and I'll stop. Okay.
Christopher back when I was 35 years old. I met him on a dating website. Don't know what I was doing there, I guess. I wish I could take it back. I started talking to him. He was stationed out in San Diego, and we started talking back and forth. Started wanted to get to know him a little bit more. I thought he was a great person in the beginning. But everybody is always perfect in the beginning, right? We fail to see the red flags and we fail to notice things that we should in the beginning. So he made a couple of trips out here, asked me to marry him, and I made the mistake by saying I do. So we got married. Eventually, we moved to San Diego. I wasn't really ever prepared to move away again from New Mexico. I had went through a divorce a couple of years prior to meeting Christopher. And my first husband was military as well, but I was married to him for 9.5 to 10 years, almost 10 years. We made it. He's the father of my other 2 children. And I told him that, I was remarrying and we were moving to San Diego. And he wasn't really for it. He was kind of against it due to the fact that he was stationed out at Fort Bliss, which is in El Paso, Texas. And that's about like 3.5 hours from Albuquerque. So he was, he would always see his kids like every weekend. And he's like, how am I going to see my kids? And I said, well, we'll figure it out. So we packed up after we said I do. I don't remember the exact date when I got married to Christopher. And maybe that's a good thing. We moved into the naval housing out there. And my son, Noah, was 3 at the time. And my oldest was about 7 years old. And she's telling me 7. So I thought everything was great in the beginning. I mean, everything's always perfect, like I said. And then I started seeing bits and pieces of how Christopher really was. I was a stay-at-home wife. Due to my son being so young, I wanted to, enjoy those years with him. Then my daughter went to school right down the street. So I was home every single day. And it just started seeing
Stay-at-home wife. Seth was a stay-at-home husband.
like Christopher changed like night and day. It was awkward. I felt really uncomfortable after a while. We would argue about just the smallest things. And a lot of it also had to do with how he disciplined my children. I'm very protective over my kids.
She's forcing herself to cry here, in my opinion.
And I didn't want somebody else to discipline my children. I didn't want him talking ugly to them or hurting their feelings. And I remember one point in time where Christopher spanked my son really hard, and I got very upset with him. And I said, "You can't do that to my son." I said, "He's 3. He's a baby still. Like, you can't just do whatever you want." I mean, and he got upset and he's like, "Well, he needs to learn. He needs to man up. He's a man." I said, "He's 3. He's 3." And as
Seth
time went
saying the
on,
same
like,
thing
I could
about
see him
Katie,
getting more
remember?
aggressive and more aggressive. And I stood up for my kids all the time. I didn't like how he, like I said, how he talked to them, how he wanted them to stand in the corner all the time. And I didn't like that. So I stayed a little bit longer. I ended up eventually getting pregnant with Faith.
Yes, flies. Okay, you want me to take it back a little bit? Sure will. Let's see here.
And he got upset and he's like, "Well, he needs to learn. He needs to man up. He's a man." I said, "He's 3. He's 3." And as time went on, like, I could see him getting more aggressive and more aggressive. And I stood up for my kids all the time. I didn't like how he, like I said, how he talked to them, how he wanted them to stand in the corner all the time. And I didn't like that. So I stayed a little bit longer. I ended up eventually getting pregnant with Faith. And it was probably, I want to say, maybe early September that I found out that I was pregnant with Faith. And I remember telling him that I was pregnant, and he wasn't happy about it. So I called my parents back home here in Albuquerque, and
Looks
I
like
told them
she's
the
reading a script.
situation.
Look.
And I said, "Well,
He's
Christopher
reading
wants me to get an
something.
abortion with Faith." And my parents said, "No, you're not." And I said,
Seth said Katie
"I'm
had
not."
abortions.
So I know he was very upset about me keeping Faith at that point in time. So I came home. My grandma had gotten very sick, and I decided to come home. And after that, I just kind of stayed here in New Mexico, because at that time we weren't getting along and we were just like newlyweds, and that should have never happened. But I saw things, like I said, that were just, it wasn't right about him. So I moved home and I did my whole pregnancy by myself.
I think her and Chris set this whole thing up.
And so
I mean,
I
her and
finally,
Seth.
my friends back there in California, my neighbors right across the street, were actually calling me. I had one good friend, which is still a really good friend of mine to this day. She called me and said, "Nina, Christopher's getting rid of your furniture and getting rid of your stuff." And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, he's giving away like your little, your home decor stuff. Like, he's giving away beds." And I was like, no way. So this was about Easter time. So I had went out there. I made a special trip. I asked my mom to go with me, and Isabella and Noah, they went with me, and I was still pregnant with Faith at the time. So we made it. I didn't tell him that we were going out there. So I kind of, wanted to see myself, because the neighbor also informed me
Seth
that there
and
was
her
people
plan
at the house that
guarantee
shouldn't
it.
have been there. So I guess I kind of wanted to sneak up on him and see what he was doing, right? And we pulled up into the driveway, into the driveway, and he was coming out the front door with a bed that he was giving to the neighbor, which was my son's bed. And the look on his face.
Remember, everyone threw a fit over Chris and Katie having a bed. They said someone gave them a bed. These are almost exact stories with Seth and her. Nina, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Was like a deer in headlights, and he dropped the bed right there in the front yard, went back in the front door, slammed the door, and locked it on my kids. And my mom told me at that point, she said, I can't believe he's doing this. Like, what is he doing? So I go in and I unlock the door, and I said, what are you doing? I said, are you giving away my stuff? And he had nothing to say. So he brought the bed back in, because I knew that's what he was doing. And the neighbor across the street, like I said, told me. So we stayed there. It was super uncomfortable. My mom felt the tension between the both of us. My children felt it as well. And at the time, Faith started moving. Like, I could start, I felt her moving around in my stomach. And I told Christopher, I said, look, I said, put your hand on my stomach. I said, can you feel her move? He said, no. When you're pregnant, you always think that your spouse is going to be super supportive and be super excited that you're pregnant and bringing a life into this world for him, right? But I didn't get that. I didn't get that support that I needed. So we had a conversation my mom brought up between Christopher, myself, and her. And she had said, do you not want Faith? Like, do you not want this baby? And Christopher stated to my mom he wasn't happy. And he said, what if one of them dies? What if Faith dies or Nina dies on the table, or when she's having this baby? Like, my mom said, don't talk like that. Like, why are you talking like that? They're still here. So we left again after a couple of days. We came home to Albuquerque, and still I tried working it out where we were at, but it just wasn't working. I wanted out. And I had Faith on my own. Christopher called the hospital. I told him on June 1st that I got admitted into the hospital. And Faith arrived at June 2nd, about 3 or 4 in the morning. And he kept calling the hospital and saying that my wife is in labor, she's there. But Christopher was just so rude and hateful, and he wasn't even there. So then he arrived a couple days later after I had Faith, and he was, the doctors and the nurses there were on high alert due to the fact that they heard Christopher over the phone on how he was being disrespectful to the nurses that were on call that night.
Hey, bag of
I
hammers,
was
love
waiting to have
you.
her, and I asked that they not give him any more information. So he arrived. I had Faith. He arrived a couple days later, like I said. And you could just tell the look on his face, like he wasn't happy at all. Like, didn't say, hey, you did a good job. Didn't say, I'm so happy that you brought my daughter into this world. Like, nothing. And I remember my sister was holding Faith, and she had to ask Chris, do you want to hold her? He said, I guess.
Okay, Ellen, I'm glad you said that. Because look, this was sent to Trevor Lee, right? This was pre-recorded, and someone sent this to Trevor. Does that make sense? She made this video, recorded it, and then sent it to Trevor. Somebody did. I think Seth. This wasn't, whenever she was on Trevor's panel, that live, it wasn't live. This was a pre-recorded video that she made. So yes, you are correct. And someone used Trevor Lee to put this out. Reading that paper, yep. No, it wasn't live. It was pre-recorded. She recorded this and then sent it to somebody to send to somebody to put out. This was all planned.
So she handed her over to Chris. And he stayed there with me for a couple more days because I had a C-section. And on one of the occasions, I can't really recall what was happening, but he was raising his voice.
I'm not for sure, baby.
And
I'm
he
not
was
for sure.
talking to
Probably.
me very disrespectful in front of one of the nurses. And she had told him, look, she just brought life into this world. She just got major surgery and you're yelling at her. And I have a problem with that. She said, if you continue to do this, I'm going to have to tell social services to come down here. And I'm also going to have to ask you to leave the hospital and not return. So at that point in time, he kind of calmed down after he heard that. But unfortunately, that didn't last very long. He continued to do that. So social services at the hospital was told to come down. And he was pretty much, she said, you can't do that here. And she was really concerned for my well-being at the time and also Faith's. Because, here is Christopher, dictating and telling me what I can and can't do and telling the nurses to do their job correctly and all these other things and raising his voice at me. And, so they had to step in. And so she said, this is it. Like, you're going to have to leave the premises. And, and he got a little upset. He's like, no, I'm going to change. I'm going to be good. So, they said, okay, but we're watching you. We're watching you. So after that, we had left. They discharged all of us from the hospital, and he didn't want to stay at my parents' house because my mom and dad live in a trailer and he doesn't like that. It's a house, right? Still. So he rented a room at Kirtland Air Force Base, and they have like lodging there, which is like a house, old base housing, and we ended up getting one of those. And we stayed there for a while. I remember one night in particular where we all had went out and got something to eat to bring it back to the room. I had went into the restroom, I believe that's where I was at, and Faith was in her car seat, and my oldest daughter was in the living room with my son and Christopher. Well, anyways, I guess I wasn't moving fast enough for Christopher, but the baby started crying. Faith started crying, and she's crying, and I'm trying to get to her as fast as I can. And when she was in the car seat, my oldest daughter at the time witnessed this with my 3-year-old son. When she was in the car seat, he ended up hitting the car seat against the wall.
Okay, that part right there. That's when I would have said, fuck this. I would have called the law and I would have never looked back. I don't believe that he done that. I don't, with the car seat. I do not believe that. I don't believe it. Why would you stay with a man that done that? Because you're a liar, Nina, in my opinion.
And he's getting upset because she's crying. And then when she was in her car seat, there was a coffee table right there, and he ended up tossing her on the coffee table with the car seat. So crying with my son and cried. Yeah. It's a house, right? Still. So he rented a room at Kirtland Air Force Base, and they have like lodging there, which is like a house, old base housing, and we ended up getting one of those. And we stayed there for a while. I remember one night in particular where we all had went out and got something to eat to bring it back to the room. I had went into the restroom, I believe that's where I was at, and Faith was in her car seat, and my oldest daughter was in the living room with my son and Christopher. Well, anyways, I guess I wasn't moving fast enough for Christopher, but the baby started crying. Faith started crying, and she's crying, and I'm trying to get to her as fast as I can. And when she was in the car seat, my oldest daughter at the time witnessed this with my 3-year-old son. When she was in the car seat, he ended up hitting the car seat against the wall, and he's getting upset because she's crying. And then when she was in her car seat, there was a coffee table right there, and he ended up tossing her on the coffee table with the car seat because he was so irate that she was crying. And I said, hey, I said, what's your problem? I said, what are you doing? Like, she's a baby. She's going to cry. I wish I would have I wish I would have never met him. I'm sorry. I should have left a long time ago because no children ever deserve this. My kids didn't. So he left again to San Diego. A couple of days went by. Then all of a sudden he's like, well, why don't you move to Hendersonville?
Wacky, that's exactly what I said. Exactly.
In my head. And I knew it was a bad idea. I just knew it. I knew it because our marriage was on the rocks. I wasn't happy. He wasn't a good father figure to my children. I don't know why I said yes. Well, anyways, so let me back up. So before he left back to San Diego, Faith ended up going back into the NICU. She ended up getting jaundice, and she went back to the NICU. So she was in the NICU, I want to say, for a week to a week and a half. And that was when Kathy, Chris's mother, came out, flew down with her brother, Duran Guy, or they call him Big D. They came down, and she was in the NICU. And that was when I felt like a plan was made, because like I said, our marriages it was on the rocks. And one of my neighbors had told me in San Diego, they had warned me, they had said, Nina, be careful, because Christopher is coming up with a plan with his mother. And they're planning on taking the baby away from you. And I was like, what? Like, thinking to myself, it can't be true from somebody that's supposed to love you, right? Like somebody that you're supposed to share your life with. Like, why would he want to take the baby away from me? And she warned me. But I was like, no, why would they do that? So then after Faith got out of the NICU, we were no longer staying in base housing. We were staying at one of the NBC suites down here. Then his mom came up with an idea. She goes, well, since you guys, we'll be moving to Hendersonville. And I was like, I felt like, okay, well, maybe. And he said, well, you'll get help. You're going to get help from my family. And, but I was already getting help here from my parents, with my other 2 children that they helped me raise. So I went along with it. Like I said earlier, even though I knew it was wrong to go, I still went hoping that my marriage would work out. So she ended up taking Faith, although I was against it. Kathy Bowersox and her brother Duran ended up taking Faith. And my mom and dad were like, my mom started crying. She goes, why are you letting them take the baby? And I said, because Christopher said that it's going to be too hard for her to travel, to travel. And I'm sorry. They went back. So Kathy and Big D went back to Tennessee. So 2 weeks later, about 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks later, Kathy ended up coming back by herself. I do apologize. She came back by herself to pick up Faith. She was here in Albuquerque for one night. And I was, even though I was against it, I let her go with Kathy, because Christopher said it was going to be too hard to travel with her being a new baby. So he came out from San Diego, rented a U-Haul, packed all our stuff, and we pretty much left. And that's how I ended up in Hendersonville, Tennessee. That's when my whole life changed. That's when my nightmare happened. he lived with his mother and his stepfather, Terry, for about a good month because our apartment wasn't going to be ready until the end of August, about the end of August. So it was really uncomfortable living there. You know, Terry and Kathy would always bicker at each other, and she'd be bickering with Christopher, and, you know, my kids were a problem, an issue. It was always something. I felt really uncomfortable and I wanted to come home. I just wanted to come home to everything that I knew. I wanted my mom and my dad, even though I was a grown woman, I needed that. So we all had to get along, tried to for the most part, but it was just an awkward situation. I always felt like we were the outcast. Never felt accepted by the Proudfits or the Bowersocks. On one occasion, Christopher was cutting my oldest daughter's nails and she didn't want her nails cut. And Christopher, you know, grabbed a hold of her hand and she pulled her hand away. And my daughter at the time had braces. He backhand Isabel in the face and busted her whole lip open. I should have left, but I didn't. And I was like, oh my God, like I can't be here. I don't want to be here anymore. So I would come up with every excuse just to come home, but yet, you know, I couldn't come home. So finally we went and we moved into the apartment. And a phone call, like as soon as Christopher was leaving, he settled us in, got a storage unit of what couldn't fit in the apartment. He got everything ready, all right, him and his family. As soon as he knew that we were comfortable, he left back to San Diego. But the night prior to him leaving, he had got a phone call or text message that night, and it said something like, hey baby, or around something like that, saying that when is your flight coming in? And I was like, what? Like, who's texting him? So I did confront him. And like he said on one of the podcasts is that I did slap him. Yes, I did slap him across the face because who's he talking to at this time? And saying, and I mean, he could say that she was lesbian, I mean, up and down, but I mean, at this point in time, I didn't know what to believe. And I was like, okay. So then after that following day, he finally left. His mother came to pick him up to take him to the airport, and he went back to San Diego. And I was left in Hendersonville with 3 children and pretty much no help from anybody. So I had found a job. I had a job, and Kathy helped once in a while. And I needed to find a babysitter. So his biological father, Michael, and his stepmother, Linda, at that point in time offered their services and said that, you know, they can take care of my 2 older children. And Kathy didn't want Faith going over to Michael's house. So she took care of her. And at that point in time, Christopher, we were still communicating. And like I said, our marriage was on the rocks. So my oldest daughter had gotten sick and she has upper respiratory issues. So I took her to the emergency room in Hendersonville, and that's when Hendersonville transferred her to Vanderbilt. Is that what I believe that hospital's name is? And I was kind of frantic because I was like, well, what am I going to do with my 3-year-old son and with the baby? Like, who's going to help me? So I was, I called Chris and I told him, I said, hey, can your mom watch, Faith, or can somebody help me? Everybody was so quick to help me at that point in time. So Faith stayed with Kathy, and Noah Bryce went with his sister, Melissa. And I went with my oldest daughter. We got transported downtown. And so we stayed there. I can't recall how many days we were there. And Christopher had, I'd check on the kids, see how they were doing. And that point in time, I was like, okay, well, we got discharged, telling everybody, okay, you can bring Noah back, and telling Kathy, okay, I'm going to be home so you can bring Faith back. Thinking that my children were going to come home to me. I get back to the apartment complex, and I pulled into the parking lot, and I see Melissa just pulled in right next to me. It seems like they were already there waiting for me to get there. And then she said, I can't stay. I would love to stay, but I can't stay because I don't know what they were doing. And she just, my son gets out of her van, And then we walk inside, and I was waiting, for Faith to get there. And we weren't there but less than maybe 5 minutes. And I hear a knock at the door. And I was like, oh, great, Faith is home. And it was Kathy's friend, Patty, that's an attorney.
Sassy to
And
make
she
Chris
said,
and
"Are you
Katie look bad.
called me by my real name, Gomez?" And I was like, yeah. And she said, "You've been served." She said, "You have a protection order against you. You can't see Faith. And Chris is filing for divorce." And I was like, what? So then I go back, and thinking like my heart just drops. Like, what? Like, is this a dream? Like, this can't be happening to me. Like, this cannot be happening to me right now. So then I get on the phone and I try calling Chris, and he didn't answer. And then I was like,
You're welcome,
messing
Jay.
around, and I get my kids in the truck, and I go to the Gallatin police department, and I was ringing the call button, and like finally 30 minutes later, somebody shows up, and I told them what happened, and I showed them the paper, and they said, "Yep, we can't help you." All I could think about is my baby. Like, how am I gonna get my baby back? Like, why is this happening to me? So I go to Kathy's house, and I knock on the door. And I remember I had Christopher's stepmom, Linda, on the phone with me. She was on speakerphone, and I told her what was going on. Little did I know everybody was in on this. And Terry answered the door, which is Chris's stepfather. And he told me that I need to get off of his second property. And here little Noah, who's 3 years old, and my Isabella's 7. And they're standing behind me. And I said, "Please tell me what's going on." I said, "Where's Faith?" I said, "Please give me my baby back." And he told me, "Get off my fucking property." And he took out a green and black baseball bat. And he told me to fucking leave, or he's gonna bash me and my kids' heads. So me and my kids walked out to my truck, and we got back in it. And I was like, "Oh my God, what do we do? This is a nightmare. What am I gonna do?" And Chris was inside of the house with the baby. I saw his shadow. And they lied for him, and they said that he was in California, and he really wasn't. So we go back to the apartment, and I'm trying to gather all my thoughts together. I'm trying to keep as calm as I can for my other 2 children, but all I could do was just cry and just think, like, what is my next move? What am I gonna do now? I'm so far away from home. I'm far away from my parents. I'm far away from everything that I've ever known. So then I make a call to my brother, who he lives in Phoenix. And I told him what was going on, and he was so upset. And he's like, "Oh my God." And he's like, "Have you called mom and dad yet?" And I said, "No." And he told me himself that day, he said, "You're gonna fight. You're gonna fight like hell to get Faith back. You don't leave that baby in that state. You fight like hell to get her back, whatever it takes." And that's what I did. I called my mom and dad, and it had to happen after midnight here, so about like 1 something our time there. My dad answered the phone, and I couldn't talk. All I could do was cry. I couldn't get the words out. And finally he said, "Calm down. Please calm down and tell me what happened." And I told him, I said, "Daddy, they did my baby." And all he could get out is, "Oh no, they hurt my baby." And he started crying. And he woke my mom up. And he said, "You hang in there, we're on our way." So every single day, I worked at a local Great Flips out there. And I went in from the time it opened to the time it closed. That following morning, after all this had happened, I went to my bank account and to my savings. I've been saving money through this whole entire time, but I've been using it since we were out there so I can help support my kids and myself. But little did I know that Christopher wanted me to use all my money because he didn't want me to have anything, so I wouldn't retain a lawyer. So that morning before I went to work and dropped my kids off, at the time, Michael and Linda, which is Christopher's biological father, and his stepmother were still helping me watch my kids because I still had to work. And I went into my bank account, and I remember I only had $1,100 in there. And I was looking through the phone book or looking through, my phone and saying, well, I need to get a lawyer. Who can I get? Thank God for Mr. Edwards, because I went into his office before, I called into work that day pretty much, and I said, I need to just think. I said, I need a day off. So I went into his office, and I ended up doing a consultation with him. And I remember him, he told me what his fees were, and he told me, I told him the situation. And he was in shock, and he goes, my God, he goes, this all happened? Like, you should have never came out here. And I said, I know, I should have never came out here. So at the time, I explained the situation to Mr. Edwards, and I was crying. And I said, Mr. Edwards, I said, I just want my baby back. And then I remember I still had my wedding ring on at that point in time. And I slipped off my wedding ring and I sat it on his desk. And he looks at me and I said, please, sir, I would do anything just for my baby back. He said, you're all I have. Please help me. I remember he took out his little magnifying glass and he looked at it and he put his head down. And he goes, God. He goes, I work for money. I said, and I know, sir. I said, and I promise I will pay you every time that I can. Just help me bring my baby home. And he said, you got yourself a lawyer. And he fought. He fought like hell for faith. We went to everything happened in Gallatin Courthouse. My parents were there. We went to the first trial, and I remember walking in the courthouse and my stomach was turning. I hadn't seen my baby. And they had my baby there. Just in arm's reach, and I couldn't even hold her, and I couldn't even kiss her, and I couldn't even tell her I love her. So we went to trial. I don't know what you want to call it, a trial, a hearing. I think I was just so oblivious to everything at that point because I was so heartbroken that my baby was gone. And I go into the courtroom, and all I had was my dad in there. And their side, all the benches filled up with his family being loud and laughing. And it was just my daddy and me and Mr. Edwards. And I remember the judge, his attorney, just everybody in there. All the hurtful things that they put on black and white about me. Just the eyes glaring at me and making it seem like I was a bad person. And I sat there. And he asked me a couple of questions, and I answered. One of them was, why did you move out here, Miss Broadfoot? I said, Your Honor, to try to make my marriage work. I said, in which it didn't. I said, I made a mistake by coming out here. I made a mistake by testing somebody. They said if I could change back the ounce of time, I probably wouldn't have even came out here. And they did whatever they were doing, and then the judge, you know, said that I only had visitation with Faith, and they all had.
Remain calm. Yeah, I want to see that video. Flies was telling me. Yeah, can you somehow let me see that? I'm pissed. That's the motherfucker that took money from me. And I'm sorry, remain calm. I would really like to see that video. And yeah, I'm not happy about this. Remain calm's my girl, man, and nobody gonna fuck with her. Hey, Carl, are you still real? I came into your chat that day. He was on your panel, and I left because I don't want nowhere near that motherfucker. Okay, that'd be good. I'm not gonna play this whole thing 'cause it's 2 hours of Nina. I will drop the link for people to go watch it. Yeah, I'm okay, Ellen. Yeah, I'm good. You gonna do your best, Carl? We don't. I love Carl. Okay, I'm gonna drop this link to this because we still got over an hour on this, and people can save it and go watch the rest of it. Yeah, because I'm pissed he fucked with my remain calm. That's my girl, man. He can fuck with me, but he, I know Carl's our bro, man. I love Carl. We gave Carl hell too. Remember that, Max? Why did I just do the StreamYard link? Hold on, I wanted to post the link to this video here. Fuck, I'm all discombobulated. Okay, here's the link to the video to go and watch the rest of this if you are. Frank, you fucked with the wrong ones, buddy. Yeah, he is a trooper. I love Scout. Not Scout. I seen Scout for thumbs up. Carl. I mean, I dropped the StreamYard link somewhere, I think. Oh, yes, Carl. Probably. You missed it earlier. I did a little bashing on this subject when I heard what he'd done to my girl, Remain. So, yeah, why'd she leave her baby? I agree. Hold on 1 second.
Let me put my earpod in here. Girl,
Daddy, what happened, Remain Calm?
let me tell you what. Somebody needs to. Okay, so anyhow, Frank comes into my chat talking about Summer Wells. Now, you know how I get when I'm talking about Summer Wells. I don't like people messing with me like that.
Right.
He asked me to drop a link. Well, I thought he was going to come up and talk about Summer. He come up and acted like he didn't know nothing about Summer's case. So then he turns around. He disrespected me so much you wouldn't believe.
He disrespected you?
Oh, I even told him, I said, man, you're being kind of harsh, aren't you?
He thinks he knows everything. Everybody's wrong but him.
Because he's an empathetic person.
Yep.
And so I was trying to be real cool with him, and he was like, okay, well, I would like to see some of the first interviews. So I was telling him, I was being cool and pulling the interviews up. The dude drops off my channel and goes and starts a freaking live with what I was showing him. I mean, he did. It was so disrespectful. I was so mad. I was like, Cotton Candy, you need to get your man. And let me tell you, if you agree with what he just did to me, then you could stay away from me too. I I was
No,
so.
remain calm. He's the one that I was upset about the other night. He's the one that took money from me and treated me like shit and stuff.
What's his problem? You know, he said he was in the mental health profession,
And he
and
he trashed my mental health.
I said, I don't
There's
think
no
you. I said the mental health profession that I think that you were in was actually you were the one in the
he was a
mental
patient.
health facility. But I
But
was.
yeah, he's the one I went live. I was ready to take a break the other night. Remember? And I told you, I said, remain calm. You probably know who I'm talking about.
Oh
Yeah, he
man,
was all up my ass and stuff, you know, and being there for me and stuff and stuff. Then he asked me for money all the time. And then something upset me and I was just needing someone to talk to. And he started trashing me, trashed my mental health and all this shit. And
right there it is. If you want to pull it up, I'll play it for you. But let me tell you, I do have a mouth on me, and the language isn't that great because I roasted the crap out of him.
I would love to hear it. Cause see, I did come on your channel, you know, and I seen him up there and I left because I don't want to be around him.
I didn't know that's who you were talking about.
Yeah, that's who
I
I was
wrote-
talking about.
When you
He's
were
the one
talking
that
about
I
that,
shit over
I
the other
thought
night.
about 3 or 4 different other freaking people.
No, it was him.
Well, if you want to share it, it's right there. Pop it up on your screen.
Okay.
Okay, there he is in the flesh. This is after he asked to come up on my channel, and I let him come up there, being a nice person. Listen to the shit he says to me. I'm even going to turn.
You're fair to
close down.
everybody. You are. You give everybody a chance.
Well, he pissed me off. So just listen to what he says. Wells case.
A lot of people ask me to look into that, but kind of the community has made it so confusing.
Well,
I can.
they absolutely have. Let me give you a background on Don Wells if you want me to. Some of the story Don Wells has told about his life. When Don was very young, he found inappropriate magazines under his uncle's bed that showed him how to it showed how look at this motherfucker laughing. He's a little cocksucker, excuse my language.
He is.
Basically, men could do horrible things to children. Okay. Then we move on to Don's mom. Don's mom, he said, managed a hotel. Now, throughout this scenario, he proceeds to tell us that the hotel, because of the substances, got closed down, but his mom kind of fixed things to where the big kahuna dealers could stay in this motel, and there was security for them and everything else. Then we have Don saying he seen that he had been in a hotel, basically seen people who do substances doing horrible things to children, and he didn't know what it was until years later. Then he goes in. Of course, he does admit. Am I wrong about any of this, Cotton Candy Booze?
No.
Okay.
You're right.
To SAing his stepsisters. Okay, so that is out there. That is all fact. So then we've got Don talking. And let me tell you, he is so disrespectful. He freaking opens sodas. He clangs shit around. He opens potato chips. I told him 1,000 times, turn your microphone down, and he wouldn't do it.
He's an alcoholic too.
Oh, I can tell. Thank you for letting me know that. About a drug dealer getting Summer, and you know, they're on the road and gone with her. He talks about her getting hit in the head with a hammer, and RAPED. He talks about look at the look on his face. Describes
he calls it a minute, RC.
Of things.
You know the Delphi case. I don't know if you know like the details or whatever.
I know the details. I know
do you know
real well.
Do you know what he done to that case?
What?
He leaked the crime scene photos of Abby and Libby naked and posted it on YouTube and sent the crime scene photos to her family.
No, he didn't.
Sure as a he had a channel with 4,000 some subs. He's terminated. He's not even supposed to be on
Oh,
YouTube. He sent those crime scene photos to her family and posted them on YouTube of them little girls' naked bodies.
oh my! I didn't know that. That's my hometown. He's messing with my people right there.
He sure as a fuck done
That's
that.
disgusting. Okay, I'll speed it up a little bit because he starts getting cocky with me. That
Fuck this
um
motherfucker, man. I'm sorry he done this to
that
you, RC.
it's like he's telling a story. There's more. That's just icing. It's not even put on the cake yet. This man
Oh
has said
goodness.
the most disgusting things
He's a
about his daughter.
narcissistic piece
It's
of
horrible.
shit.
Horrible.
Oh, I bet. And see, I'm kind of counterintuitive. I always go against the wind.
What a sick
I like to
fuck.
think of cases. That's why I do my own research, and that is, for example, why the first 48 hours, let alone the last the first 24 hours, are really important. How the families react, that is already really crucial. And in all honesty, I'm not going to say it, but I thought about it. I'm really not going to say it because I am not sure. And if I'm not sure, it leads up to speculation, and I don't want that. In all the cases that I've been covering, which is a lot, I've not been wrong. Really, I covered like 40 cases. Not been wrong on a single one of them.
I'm sorry, I had to stop it for a minute. Boy
my
tried
God.
to tell me that he, in 40 cases, he was always right. He was
He
always
tries to
right.
say he solved 2 cases.
And I'm sorry, but he looks like he's 12 years old.
Why don't
Okay.
he do cases in his own country? Leave
Because
American cases alone. Because he knows if he does it over there, people's going to come after him and
the
beat his
thing about
fucking
it
ass.
is, listen to him. Does he sound like he's from the freaking Netherlands?
Yeah, he really is.
Well, maybe.
If you
I
go
don't
back
know.
and listen, well, his channel ain't there no more, but he really is.
Okay, so you ready for this?
That's the only truth he has. Because I've looked him up, his family and stuff on Facebook. Yeah, he's really from there. But
well, it really gets heated.
And that is not because I want to stroke my ego, because I have a good intuitive feeling, you know?
Okay, well, what is your intuitive feeling telling you?
look at that smile, man.
In all honesty, kids don't just disappear.
Well, we know that, Frank. We know that. She didn't just disappear off that mountain. I showed where she lived. I showed the mountain. I showed the creek. And there's no way someone went up that mountain and took that little girl and got back down that mountain with her. I'm just saying.
I think nothing hocus pocus happened.
Well, the bad thing about it, he lived in an area with, listen to this, with manufacturers. He lived in the area with RSOs. That's not including the SOs that we do not know about, okay? She lived in an area where there were a lot of addicts. There was a lot of substances going on in the area. And she lived there since the day she was born. That's 5 years she lived there. Listen.
I love you, but I don't think that is what happened.
What do you mean you don't think that's what happened? I didn't. What do you mean?
He don't even know the case.
What I'm saying is that you can have that assumption, which is fair. It's a fair assumption. That is the basis on criminology. If you do criminology, for example, you look at the area, you look at how many white people live there, how many black people live there. You do what is called a demographic. So
that's what I just did.
No, exactly, which is good.
I know, but you're not agreeing with me when I'm telling you about the demographics.
Can I disagree with you?
But why would you disagree on me talking about the fucking demographics? This guy's weird cotton candy boobs. Disagreeing about the demographics.
No, I believe you. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Well,
I totally
okay,
believe you.
What are you disagreeing on, Frank?
Well,
you're confusing me.
If you look at what Candace is saying, for example, that she walked out the door and that she went playing in the basement, maybe you should take that as a hint.
No, I definitely know that. I mean, you're talking about a little girl who lived there for 5 years that, in my opinion, her brothers were her babysitters, and Candace walked to that door and said, keep an eye on your sister. I do not believe she went and put a knee brace on her mama's knee. I believe she left like she had done many times and left Summer with them boys. I do believe
think it was
that.
an accidental death, and this is a cover-up.
Me too.
Could be. Could be. Could be. So do you think that I mean, yeah, I mean it could be because we don't know. We don't know.
Exactly. We don't know.
None of beeswax. I think that JLR talked to Chad. I could be wrong. Hang on, let me speed it up. See, the problem is they didn't call 911 until after 6 o'clock. But allegedly, Candace was seen at 4:30 looking for Summer. So, I mean, we're looking at a time from possibly anywhere from 3 o'clock on. My opinion is she was already gone before they called. I mean, of course, she was already gone before they called at 6:09. But they tried to say that she had only been missing for 10 minutes.
How many dogs did the audibles family on?
You what?
How many? I love that you guys say that. That is like such a Summer thing to say. You what? How many dogs did the Wells family have?
They had a lot of dogs that allegedly just disappeared that day. Disappeared. Poof, gone. Just like Summer. Poof, gone. Now, the possibility was, if Summer wandered off the hill, I think that there would have been a couple dogs that would have followed her. Now, let me tell you what pissed me off too, Cotton Candy Booze. I've gotten into the habit where I don't smoke on camera.
I know.
Because if you smoke on
it can
camera,
demonetize you.
It can demonetize you. And
We don't care. But,
last time he was up there, he turned the camera off to smoke. This time he didn't. So he come up on my panel to stir some shit with Remain Calm, which he shouldn't have done.
And see, the other night, whenever me and him got into it, I told him, I said, you better stay the fuck away from Remain Calm's channel. I said, that is my girl. He said, you ain't going to tell me where I can and can't go. So I think he done this shit to piss me off.
Oh,
just to prove, hey, you know.
Let me show you what ended up happening. I just don't see her dogs. I mean, because those were the family dogs. I just don't see them leaving her that day. But we also have a group of tree trimmers that were there, that the heavy machinery and stuff was freaking the dogs out, you know. So we don't know if they just took off. Don tried to say the dogs would leave for a few days at a time and then come back. I don't know. That's what he said. So
there he is drinking beer.
Yeah, maybe they should look at a pile of bones from dogs.
So, of course, the option's open that an accident happened. The problem is they're trying to say if an accident happened, that they would have called 911 immediately. So the family is putting that off the table.
But also the family already had 2 children taken away from them because they really knew.
No, Candace had 2 children years ago taken because when she was young, she took off to the carnival. To join the carnival, she met an older guy. He married her. They got into doing substances. The guy was abusive toward her and the children. And I'm not saying Candace wasn't. It was there. They got her for it too. But allegedly, when CPS came to get the kids, Candace threw a fit and there was a weapon there. Candace did not want them kids to be taken. Those kids were taken from Candace. That was years ago. That was years ago. So
what do you believe?
Candace also had another child that she gave up for adoption. Okay. Don had children. That's a whole other story in itself. He was married to his 2 children's mother when he got with Candace. And actually, I don't think Don's ex-wife divorced him for quite a while after Don and Candace even got together. Candace was homeless at the time when she met Don. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of factors that play into the whole story. I try to just stick with that day. I try to stick with the initial interviews with, especially Chris McDonough. I try to stay with, the first interviews, because if I go into any more of it, it just is chaotic and a lot of it's just nonsense. And I don't like to play nonsense. I don't like to do that.
And let me tell you this. If you already have such a distrust in the state from what they did to you, you're not going to call 911 directly.
Well, that wasn't that state. That wasn't that state.
It doesn't matter. The trauma always superficial.
No, I don't see that. I don't see that.
It's fine. I have experience with it.
Just from what I know of that family. He said he has experience with it. Did you hear him say that?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, just because they had problems years and years and years before doesn't necessarily mean they won't call 911 because of that.
Right. He's just a 30-year-old punk.
Because they ended up calling 911 anyway. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, girl. Okay. Let's just get through this because I can't stand this dude. I mean, I don't even like law enforcement. I ain't never even done nothing wrong in my life. But that don't mean, that don't mean if something happens that I ain't going to call 911. Then why did they call 911 anyway then? Why did they call 911?
not to be superstitious, well, not to be superficial. Obviously, that is like the correct thing to do.
Okay, well then they call 911. If
How many-
if something had happened and they don't want to call 911, they wouldn't have called 911 then.
Why not?
Why
What
would
the
you?
fuck?
If you don't like law enforcement and you had kids taken away before, why would you call 911 if your child went missing?
Was it 48 hours yet?
No,
There you
it
go.
was within
You,
a
you
few
already
hours
explained
period.
everything. You within a 4-hour period.
She had been, Sheriff Lawson said, they said she went missing at around 6:10. They had looked for 10 minutes and couldn't find her. Lawson said we needed to start the timeline about within a 4-hour period, not within 10 minutes, within 4 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Just find that really interesting.
Why?
Because it's really interesting.
Why is it interesting?
Because you need proof. You need proof that your child was abducted. And they didn't have any. There's zero proof.
There's zero proof that an accident happened. There's
True.
zero proof.
True.
He doesn't even know the
in
case,
my
so how
opinion,
does he
she
know
wasn't
proof?
abducted. She showed everybody the property. I did what?
He says there's no proof. He don't even know Summer's case, so how does he know there's
That's
what?
the problem. He come up on my panel acting like he knew Summer's case. He
And he has no
up
clue
on-
and trying to tell you how it is. What the fuck?
Well, I ain't got started on his ass yet, girl.
I can't wait. I'm waiting.
Showed a lot of property, and also, I mean, I've been following this case from the get go, and a lot of weird stuff.
That is fine. Doesn't mean necessarily that you have to be correct. Even if you cover stuff.
Frank, are you on my panel telling me I'm wrong about everything I'm saying?
No, but you could be. I'm just saying. I mean, Jesus.
Damn, Frank, you're harsh. I'm playing with
Scout,
you.
he is Dutch.
Nah,
I
for
get
real,
what,
really-
no, I totally get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying.
We
The
have to be
property-
fair about this. You know?
the
I mean, it's
FBI
not just
guard-
one-sided.
Well, that's why I said, because we got to look at the area. We got to look at everybody who lived in that area. Okay. Summer was not around good people at all. The registered sex offenders, there was so many of them, it wasn't funny. But we don't even know maybe who was not registered. Okay. So we've got that laid out on the table there. We also know that Don is pretty whacked out himself. You know, I know a few people who actually think that Don possibly could have done something himself. But to be honest with you, I cannot sit here and say anybody's guilty of anything because I don't know that. And, you know, I won't sit on my channel and say somebody's guilty of something that I don't, you know, I don't know. I don't know. But I've been listening. I mean,
Have you ever interviewed people that are missing children?
I will not interview any of these people involved in this case because they're all people of interest. And I don't care what any of them's got to say. It's been 3 years of lies. And let me tell you, these people are lying, in my opinion, to cover up their own nefarious shit. And it doesn't matter that there's a little missing girl that needs to be found. We're talking about a holler, okay? We are talking about a holler. And we're talking about people. We're talking about families that are not.
He has
are
no
not
idea
gonna
what a
open their mouth
holler
and
is.
say anything about
Nope.
other family members. And I can guarantee you, most of them people are related in one way or another.
Can you do me a favor? Can you pull up an interview with Candace?
Which one?
This is where he fucks up with
The one with
me.
Chris McDonough?
No, please not Chris McDonald.
There's no other ones.
The one with Dr. Phil, right?
Oh, you want to see that one? Alrighty, I'll show it to you. You want to see her cry? You want to see her ugly cry?
I'm a former mental health care professional. I study behavior.
Okay, thank you. No. Here we go. I got it for you.
Let me.
Do it without sound.
Let's see. Let me find the right one here. It
Look,
should
he's a
be
prick.
this
He's
one.
a
Okay.
fucking prick.
He is.
Okay, let me get it. Let me get it up here for you.
But do it with sound, sorry. First
I'm going to.
with sound and then without.
Hang on. Give me a minute, Frank. Damn.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be pushy.
I'm an old lady. I'm slow over here. Here it is. Okay.
You're such a sweetheart.
The eye for a missing 5-year-old girl.
Her parents trying to prove their innocence. They turned to social media for help, but
Hey, go
online
back.
police began accusing them of having substance
Go back to what?
Let's go back a few seconds. What were they like holding arms?
What do you mean?
Let's go forward
Okay,
a couple
hold on.
seconds.
today
Please,
on
Frank, you
Dr.
got me
Phil.
nuts.
A missing child.
Breaking news: an Amber Alert now issued by the TBI for a missing 5-year-old girl.
Her parents trying to prove their innocence.
This one.
Listen, you want to see their picture? Where they're hugging each other?
You can use arrow keys to go like 5 seconds forwards.
Well, I don't
5
do
seconds
that.
backward. Oh, you don't do that. Okay.
Okay,
Now
there we go.
issued by the TBI.
I'll stop it for you.
Her parents trying to prove their innocence.
Listen
Look how
to
they
it.
like cross each other with eyes.
If you want to see, oh, I'll show you a really good interview if you want to see it.
Oh, keep going. Keep going.
The first interview that they did with WJHL. That's the one you need to see.
Just
They
keep
will-
going.
No, you got to see the WJHL interview.
Okay.
I wouldn't let him keep
I know.
watching this
You
one.
just sit there and behave yourself. Okay, let me find it. Here, I'll keep playing that while I find the other.
They turned to social media for help, but online bullies
Okay,
began
wait.
accusing them of having something to do with her disappearance. You didn't do anything.
Want to do an analyzing
Spoken
of that?
again.
Okay, no, wait. This is the interview that you need to see, Frank. I'm filling you in here, Frank. Pay attention, okay?
Now watch what he
Hold on.
does. Little fucker.
The Dr. Phil interview to me was nonsense. It was nonsense. Okay, this is the very first interview
that they did with WJHL. I'm sorry, I should have showed you this one first.
That's
Okay, wait a minute. All right, here we go. Hold on. Hold on.
I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her, has lured her away from here. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers, and we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from grandma, and
Look
she
at
wanted to
his
go back over to your
face.
brothers, and I said okay, and I walked her all the way over to the porch, and I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys
You
were watching TV,
uncircumcised son of a
and I just
bitch.
said, "Watch Summer, I'll be back," and within 2 minutes I came back,
2 minutes. 2 minutes. She said she came back.
and I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said she went downstairs, mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said okay, and I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight.
Okay.
She was just gone.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna study that footage.
Did you hear what he said?
What? What'd he
He's-
say?
He said, I'm going to be right back. Hold on. Look, watch this. This is when I fucking lose my shit because I ain't stupid. Okay.
Toys in the playroom. I said okay,
Listen.
and I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight.
Okay.
She was just gone.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna study that footage.
Because
What is he doing? Frank, what are you doing, Frank? He left my channel and went fucking live. Is what he did.
Mm,
So
hey,
wait,
Zena.
wait, girl. Wait until I go the fuck off. All right, I'm gonna get back to what I was
Okay.
on. Let's get back to
Behavior that the
the
father
interview
had,
room or the lab.
engaged in.
Okay,
And that's
let
why
me
it was so
get
important,
this.
and it's still important, to never take that off of telling them, hey, we need to tell you this happened to me when I was 5, and the same guy
going on with the sisters when they and instantly change out illustrations, text, and make everything conform. so
I
it works
just happened
perfectly.
to
This way you don't
ask
have to take hours
somebody
to
if he
redesign
was
an entire piece.
live.
Then you can keep what's working in
Hang
the
on.
template and make it work.
It's money. Money does weird things to people. Okay, money does weird things to people.
who gave birth to this infant.
Hold on,
Where are they?
I'm not done.
John. Okay, we get it.
Look how Don and Candace have been treated. But you,
No matter what I say,
Mod,
What I
stop,
expect-
remain comms
use
link,
some of my classes
please.
once in a while.
hang on. I'm getting to it. Hang on, because I
I can't
finally,
wait.
finally, I said, is he over there live with the same videos he had RC bring up KK?
When Chris's clip when he was there and he's interviewing.
Hang on. That I felt really disrespected by you, Frank. I really did. You didn't care. You come up on my panel and didn't even know.
This is trying to describe how she went outside to about the dungeon door to the outside to look for Summer, but her language was otherwise. So she said she opened that door and she came out there, and then she had to give a reason why she came out there, which is makes it very sensitive. In other words, it's not enough to just say I came out here to look for and I look and I yelled for her. No, I came out here and here's why I came out here, because sometimes she'll come out here and she'll just sit right here and play. And so she qualifies why her action with the reasons why she had to come out there. And then
I'm gonna say this very quickly. Okay. I don't care if somebody's God. I have followed Summer's case from the get-go. Okay. And I may not be a mental health professional, but I felt really disrespected by you, Frank. I really did. You didn't care. You come up on my panel and didn't even know about the case. Why did you do that? You come up on my panel not knowing about the case and then treated me like shit. That won't happen again. He's probably live right now doing his own thing. I knew he was live,
he said, and I came out and I said Summer. Now, if this was experiential and her daughter was actually missing, she wouldn't come out there and say Summer and look down as if Summer sits in my
Wait
chair.
till they come back and tell me he's live.
And she would say, I went outside and I yelled for Summer. Summer, where are you? And she'd be yelling for her, but that wasn't in her language. And so it just, she told us right there. And it was a great interview that Chris did with her. And I'm so glad he did it, because it's one of those things that it adds to there's a huge stack of stuff of indicators that we.
He already ruined my life anyway, so
the parents, we don't have to look any further than the parents. Candace's explanation to Chris was not experiential. It was not experiential language. And so day one, they weren't looking for her. If they had, it'd be in her language. She could tell us clearly how she did it.
Did he bring me up to you?
Fuck you, Frank. POS. I don't do that shit, man. I
She did it,
don't.
what she did.
Listen.
Same with Don Wells.
I
But it's
don't
not there. What we
ever
have is
tell him
posturing,
fuck you,
self-preservation,
Frank.
self-protection, and in language that is not experiential.
They have been trying to protect themselves from the beginning. From the beginning, okay? We know about the trips to, what a fuck. What a fucker. Should I go over there? It pissed me off. He was go over and say, remain confident. Fuck you, Frank. POS.
Good job,
You don't do that
class.
shit, man. What is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you, Frank? What's the name of his channel? What's the name of his channel? I couldn't even
Oh,
remember.
look,
the name of
RC
his
is
channel.
on it.
Go over and tell him I said, fuck you, Frank. Everybody's going over there and saying, that is the most messed up thing that I've ever seen somebody do on fucking YouTube. Everybody,
Yeah.
please.
I'm
F
pissed
you,
about
Frank.
this.
He will never come back to my channel. Block his ass. I don't want to
Mine
know
neither.
He was so disrespectful to me.
Wait, I'm roasting
What a
him.
piece of
Watch.
freaking work. What a piece of work. Oh my God. I am livid. I am livid right now. Let me find this little true.
I went over to his
I don't play this
chat.
stuff. I don't disrespect people. And I'll find you, Frank.
I was so mad.
Really, Frank?
I couldn't even
Really?
spell etiquette. That's how mad I was.
Wow.
I love you, RC.
Wow. If you wanted. Yeah, Oreo's over there. What a loser. I'm going to say, what a loser. Wow, Frank. Learn some YouTube etiquette. Wow, Frank.
RC ain't one you want to piss off.
Not when I'm
YouTube
covering Summer's case.
etiquette.
That's what pissed
Right.
me off.
And he takes it's like a joke to him.
He
ain't got none.
He ain't got a fucking lick of sense in his head.
For real. For real. I didn't spell etiquette right. How do you spell etiquette? Etiquette.
You were so heated you couldn't even say it.
I couldn't even spell etiquette. I ended up saying educate.
And allegedly he beat
I know
the
what you're gonna
fuck
do.
out of his
You're gonna look at my
ex-pregnant baby
little
mama.
message there. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I said educate. I said educate. I didn't say etiquette. Here, I'll change it. None of your beeswax is over there. Fuck you, Frank. Live stream this. How about that?
Fuck all the Franks overseas. I
I
swear.
never
He's a
watched.
piece of crap.
I never
What a
watched
piece of
myself.
crap. Block his ass. I don't want him coming back over here again. He's got his little donate button up there. What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. You fucker, you go watch him if you want. Uh-huh. Cotton candy boobs, you better get your man. You better get your man, 'cause he's a real piece of work. Yep.
You can have him, RC. He's all yours, baby. He
He
ain't
ain't known
mine.
about Sperm's case for a long time. He come up on my panel and acted like he hadn't even heard of it. For real, what the fuck he did? I was trying to have a decent conversation with him.
Come get him,
Oh,
Rose.
I'm
Come get your man.
disrespecting me. Oh, did they remove my comment? I don't give a shit. You know, there's a thing called respect, young man. You need to find some, for real.
Adequate. Zena said adequate is not foreskin.
Oh, you heard Sue and KKB telling all about it? Look, I know how the YouTube game's fucking played. He just said, I lost the channel, do something about it. Who cares, Frank?
Yeah, you lost a channel for
If you're
showing
such a
nude
mental
crime
health,
scene photos of Abby and
you know,
Libby.
Big mental health person. Why do you fuck with people? Huh? The only reason you came to my fucking channel was for me to show you something so you can go do a live on your own channel. Don't come back over here, Frank. I only give one chance. Freaking weird ass. Frank, I can't even remember the name of his channel. So I don't give a shit. That just shows me what type of person he is, right?
I still ain't done with him.
What a piece of work. Cotton candy boobs.
This
Get
made
your
my-
man. Get your man. Fucking weird ass.
I love that's gonna be
That's
our
months ago.
saying now. RC, Cotton Candy Babies, get your
Come
man.
up on my channel and act like that he didn't know what I was talking about. That he didn't know about the somebody else case. Am I lying? Are you lying? I hate people like that. I don't hate anybody, but let me tell you, Frank, I don't like you. You're a little skinny little motherfucker. How about that? If
I
I'm not
warned
gonna be able
him
to monetize
before
when I
this
was
to
trying
stay
do
away from
something
you.
good,
This pisses me
you,
off.
Frank, you are the bottom of the barrel. Actually, if you know the case, find Ryan's truth. His wife has a place for you, and I'm sure that she won't even give the shit out of the barrel with you in it. How about that? What a piece of work. That pisses me off. That pisses me off. I don't need to monetize this. I don't. If you think I do, you're a cray-cray, Frank. I'm telling you guys, he better not come into my chat no more. He is a piece of crap. This and you know, oh my God. Should I show you guys what he did? Let's show you what he did.
I went
No, I ain't
back.
even going to show his ass anymore. Instead, I'm going to show this. How about fucking that looks a lot better and your loud ass on my channel fucking opening sodas in the fucking microphone and eating your goddamn shit and having a good old fucking merry time while you're going on other people's channels and ruining their lives. My fault. I should have let you up here. I don't give a shit if he's in bumfuck Egypt. I don't. Just because he's in the Netherlands don't mean he ain't a piece of shit.
RC, you need merch that says that Cotton Candy, come get your man.
Oh my God. I can't believe that. What a user. What a fucking user. I didn't think you were cute anyway. I thought you were fucking weird. If you want to know the truth. I was only being nice to you because Cotton Candy's got the hots for you. She likes guys named Frank.
Not no
I'm being
more.
nice. Yeah, you go find somebody else who thinks they know Summerwell's case better. Okay. The problem was when I was trying to explain things to you, you were talking to me like shit. What shit? Oh my God, what a freaking idiot. For real. Who the fuck does that? A mental health professional.
It's not circumcised.
Oh, they're all saying growing over him. You guys can have him. Y'all can have Frank. I didn't want him to start with.
I don't want
Okay?
him.
I was being nice. I was being nice to Cotton Candy Boobs. You owe me, girl. You fucking owe me.
I got you, baby.
Shit.
Get
Who
him.
does that? Jeez. Oh my God. All right, my life's ruined now.
I'm
Okay?
still not
It's ruined.
done.
But we got little Mocha there. Isn't he cute? Mocha's so cute. I don't know if I can show it to you guys again without
This made my
Wow,
night.
he had me pull up an interview for him, and the minute he knew where it was, his fucking
He
ass
left
left and went to
instantly.
his channel. I'll be right back. That's what he did. I'll be right back. I don't know. I don't know. People lie. Okay, Birdie. People lie. I don't know if he's lying about what kind of person he is, but I don't think so.
He's lying.
Now, I got a lot of Google certificates. Okay, psychologist, psychiatrist, all this other stuff. He acted like he didn't know. I don't know if I can show you guys.
There's no way he's a
don't
mental
want it to
health
echo.
professional. No fucking
He's an
way.
idiot. Fuck
I'm
no,
gonna show
he
you guys what
ain't.
this little asshole did.
Okay,
He's
wait.
fucking weird. You're a fucking weirdo, Frank. Keep your weird ass away from my channel. I hope you rot, Frank.
Right, Nicole?
Yeah, Pam,
Just when you think it's over, here you come again, RC.
I'll do this live again later, you guys. Let me find Frank here. I want to show you guys what he fucking said.
I love this.
I was even nice. I wasn't going to let him come up. I thought he was going to have a normal fucking conversation. Listen, now listen to him. Listen to this fucking guy.
I'm not done.
I love you.
Hopefully you guys can hear it and it doesn't echo.
That's-
You got to roast
When
him
Don
more
was
often,
very young,
RC.
That's
That's
what
a
he
new
did.
roast for you.
Magazine under his uncle's bed that showed him how to
What's the look on
it
his
showed
face?
how
He's
you
fucking
fucking laughing
smiling.
cocksucker could do horrible things to children. Okay? He smiled
Yeah,
down
suck that
and
cock.
Don's mom. He came over here to ruin my
Don's
fucking
mom.
life. He said,
He's
manage
got some
a hotel.
Vermunda in that
Now,
cock.
throughout this scenario, he proceeds to tell us that
Watch this.
the hotel, because of the substances, got closed down. But his mom kind of fixed things to where the big kahuna dealers could stay in this motel, and there was security for them and
It's
everything else.
almost done.
Then we have Don saying he's seen some that he had been in a hotel, basically seeing
This guy's
people
an
who do
idiot.
substances
Okay,
doing horrible things to
a
children.
little bit quicker.
That's just icing. It's not even put on the cake yet. And everybody who was listening to me talk about a case that is really close to my heart and I fucking know about, you're going to come up here and disrespect me and think that my people are going to run over and watch your stank ass motherfucker.
Why? No, first, 48 hours. I don't know that's
He looks like he's fucking 12. You guys better watch it. This kid is about 12 fucking years old. Cotton Candy, be careful. Okay?
I love you, RC.
On the family.
It turned into a Frank roast. How the fuck did
I
that
done
happen?
got rid of him before this.
I thought about it. I'm really not gonna say it because I am not sure.
It ended up being
If
a
you're not
Frank
fucking
roast.
sure, then say, hey, I'm not sure about this, but you're fucking weird, Frank.
In all the cases that I've been covering, which is a lot.
He always talks about his fucking self. That's all he
Yep.
does. I know a few of them did. I don't care about that. That is fucking low. That's the lowest fucking thing. That is the most disrespectful thing that you can do on YouTube, period, to fucking anybody, Frank. You don't care about anybody's mental health. All you care about your fucking self. And I'm not mental. Okay? I can be a crazy bitch. And I love to roast
And
people. I'm roasting you right now.
We might be
Have a good time
crazy,
with
but we ain't men, are we?
I've not been wrong. Look, I covered like 40 cases.
Motherfucker, you ain't been right in 40 motherfucking cases. Quit lying. You're lying. He's lying. There ain't no way in hell that he's been right in 40 fucking cases. You look like you're 12. When did you start having your empathetic powers? I'm not going to call you empath. I'm going to call you empathetic. How's that?
Nothing wrong in saying that. That is not because
He's
I
so
was
full of shit.
because I have the opportunity for it, right?
Okay, well, what is
Just
your
when you
intuitive
think
feeling?
it's over, there's more.
There it is.
In all honesty,
I
He's
love it.
weird. He's fucking weird. Yeah, he hasn't
He is
even hit
weird.
fucking puberty yet. I don't fucking know.
What? Just
I mean, that's nuts that a former DBI agent is over DCS in Eastern Tennessee now. I mean, what's that do for bringing Summer home? I don't know.
honestly, kids don't just disappear.
Well, we know that, Frank. We know that. She didn't just disappear off that mountain. I showed where she lived. I showed the mountain. I showed the creek. And there's no way someone went up that mountain and took that little girl and got back down that mountain with her. I'm just saying.
I think nothing hopeless has happened.
Well, the bad thing about it, He lived in an area with, listen to this, with manufacturers. He lived in the area with RSOs. That's not including the
This
echoes
was
that
I
we
wish
don't know
I'd
about.
stayed when I
Area
seen him on this live
where,
because I came in
there
there
were
and
a
I
lot of
left because he
addicts,
was
there
there.
a lot of substances going on
Girl,
in it.
I would have let you up there and you could have had your way with him. Let me tell you that.
Oh,
right
I would
now.
have if I knew it was going on like this. Because see, you know, the other night, you know, whenever I said I was going to take a break and stuff because someone was using me for money, it was him, you know, and I told him to stay away from you. And he said, you don't tell me where I can go. So, you know, I always bump in your lives when you're live. And I came in there and I'm like, no, I'm just going to leave because I don't want to be nowhere near this motherfucker. I didn't know it was going to turn out like this, or I sure would have
Well,
stayed.
I mean, the thing about it was, you know me, I don't care who they are. If they're respectful, I'm all good.
I know.
But he was being a pure dick. I'm
He just
still
got
ain't-
information with you to use for his own content.
That's exactly what the thing about it is, he said, I'll be right back. He left me
And just
freaking
left.
hanging. He just left me hanging.
Didn't even give you a chance to play the video.
Well, no, because he thought I was stupid and that I wasn't going to say, is he over there live? Because I knew what he was doing. I'm not stupid. I'm an empath too. I felt it coming.
Motherfucker.
Okay, wait, I'm not done. Let me finish with him here.
Area, and she lived there since the day she was born. That's why she lived there.
I love you, but I don't think that.
You don't love me, bitch. You love me enough to come over and sidetrack my fucking life so you can run over there and do your fucking own, Frank. That's fucked up, dude. That is fucked up.
He
But you
told
know
me
what?
he loved me,
I done
bitch, he didn't
people like
know
you,
me.
Okay, I don't fucking know people like you. I'll take the hit for it. I'll fucking get rid of this fucking live. I will demolish it. Okay, because that don't mean shit. I don't care about getting money off of talking about the Summer Wells case. But because you want to be a fucking idiot, I'll fucking take the hit on this one, Frank. What do you mean? You don't think that's what happened? I didn't. What do you mean?
What I'm saying is that you can have that assumption, which is fair. It's a fair assumption. That is the basis on criminology. If you do criminology, for example, you look at the area, you look at how many white people live there, black people live there. You do what's called the demographics. So
That's what I just did. I just did a fucking demographic, Frank. I just did that. And you're like, okay, well, I gave you a whole rundown of the fucking holler. I gave you a rundown of the holler hood. For real. What the fuck? What's wrong with this guy? What is fucking wrong with this guy? I'm telling you.
I love when you say, come get him, man. Come get your man.
Get your man. Get a grip on him and set him straight on this shit, girl.
No, exactly. Which is good.
You're not agreeing with me when I'm telling you about the demographics.
Can I disagree with you?
But why are you disagreeing about the demographics?
No, I believe you. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Well,
totally
okay, what are you disagreeing on, Frank?
Well,
You're confusing me.
if you look at what Candace is saying, for example, that she walked out the door and that she went playing in the basement.
You know what, Frank? I don't even want to show your ass no more. This is what we're looking at. I'm done with you. You are a fucking freak. Look, now you guys know why I don't do lives after fucking 5 o'clock. The freaks come out. Going out at night. That's why I just do my lives during the day. Anyhow, Frank, you can stay over there, love who you fucking love. You don't have to love me. Actually, I don't even fucking know you. I don't want you to love me, okay? I don't think I ever said, Frank, I love you. Don't fucking love me back, Frank. You're a fucking shyster, motherfucker. He came over here to ruin my whole fucking life. So fucking disrespectful. Oh, I would go over there, but of course, he wouldn't let me up on his panel now. I would start singing to him. I would. You're a loser. He's on here. He thinks all these little girls love him. Oh, Frank, you're so cute.
He uses people.
Lord have mercy. Jesus fucking Christ. What is wrong
He
with
don't
people?
have a
What the
job.
fuck is wrong
This
with
is his
people?
job.
He's a weird fuck.
You know
I'm
he.
sorry.
Well, he ain't doing his job very well.
He's been terminated, banned off here.
I mean, the problem was he came to the wrong channel. He came to the wrong channel.
He fucked around and found out. He done that on spite, RC, because I told him to stay away from you.
Yeah,
and he knows I'm always in your chat. That's why he came up there. I guarantee it. And then he started getting information.
Nice to him, but that's where he was fucked up because I'm like, you don't even know nothing about Summer's case. Do some research. Don't come over here wanting me to pull shit up for you so you can run over and do a live.
Right, he's so smart. Why can't he do it himself?
I don't think he's that fucking smart.
Right. He needs to leave Summer alone.
Hang on, I think I say something about what he's got between his legs.
I got a video of it.
We'll see. Let's get back to them babies. Fuck no, I don't know him, Poppy. I don't know his ass. He fucking Cotton Candy brought his ass over here. I was only nice to him because she had the fucking hots for him. Fuck you, Cotton Candy boobs. Don't bring your men over here no more. Do not bring your men over here no more.
He wasn't my man. It was a joke.
Frank, it's called drop me an email and say, hey, can you give me a list of all the interviews that Candace has ever done? I would have been like, yeah, brother, here you go. You don't fucking come over here and ruin my shit. Fucking weirdo. Gosh.
I felt
Bitch needs to
sorry
get over
for
here
the
and give me a fucking
fucker.
cash app for wasting my time.
I told
what
him
he needs to do.
he needed to give me a cash
He don't
app
give
for
a shit about these
wasting
little
my
boys
time.
and how they look and what the fuck ever. Whatever. Lord help us. See, I just can't with these fucking people. I cannot. So, since I've wasted an hour and fucking 45 minutes of my time, Frank, I'm going to get ready to get off here. And I am so glad that I have put the word out. Don't come around my channel, Frank. Don't text me. Don't email. Well, you can't text me because you ain't getting my phone number. Don't even fucking email me, okay? Go bye-bye. Bye-bye. Fucking weirdo. What the fuck is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? I swear. These people are ate the fuck up. Look, dude, one thing you need to learn about remain calm. You may be a man, but I don't care what you got swinging between your motherfucking legs. Get that fucking right.
It ain't
When it comes
much.
down to my channel and talking about Summer Wells, that's what pissed me off. I was discussing a case very close to my heart that I happen to know a lot of fucking about. And you want to come over here and fucking mock me? Who the fuck you think you are, boy? Yeah, I'm calling you a boy. Maybe I should get Seth to fucking get you out. Like he did Trevor Lee. I don't fucking know.
Not
That was
Seth.
no soul. Well, all right. We had a little Frank fest. Fucking idiot.
All right, I'm done with that. Oh my
That was
God.
great. I'm sorry he done that to you, though. Remain
No,
calm.
it's good. I mean, hey, you know what? He pushed it. When you push me, you get
He
roasted.
fucked around and found out, didn't he?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
an ignorant fuck, man. Yeah, he'd make me feel sorry for him. All my rents due, you know, and I'm hungry, and next thing you know, he's drinking beer. You know, it's just. And then that last time I needed somebody to talk to right after I sent him money, and he goes off on me, trashing my mental health and telling me all this and that shit and just
And
degrading
he's
me.
supposed
And
to
that's
be
whenever I said,
professional.
yeah,
He's
yes.
lying through his teeth.
He's the one I went live about that night when I told you probably know who I'm talking about. That's
Girl,
who it
I'm
was.
telling you, he probably came from a mental hospital.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And allegedly, he beat up his pregnant ex-girlfriend and all kinds of shit. Yeah, he's got like DV. I'm not trying to shame DV or nothing because that's not cool, you know. But he has a 2-year-old child that he's never seen, and he's just a piece of shit.
Wow.
And plus, what he done to the Delphi girls, you know, and.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know, I let people fuck with me, but they get a good roast. I get a good roast out of some of these idiots. It's not even funny.
You done good.
You
I wish I'd stayed in there because I popped in there and seen him on panel, and I left because now I wish I'd stayed.
Girl, you should have seen my members only roast. I did. It was fucking awesome. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, we did a nice one on that one. But no, I mean,
that laugh.
Let me tell you, if somebody's gonna come over and mess with my stuff like that, and you've done ruined my content that I put out so far, and anytime I'm talking about Summer's case, I don't like people messing with me like that. And if he wouldn't have disrespected me the way he did, but when I was talking about Dawn, talking about having kids, seeing kids in a motel room and stuff, and when he smiled the way he did, it just right then it was like hit me wrong. He hit me wrong right there. Yeah, he's a real piece of work.
He is.
He's a real piece of work. But now that we know that he's not what the fuck is it? What'd you say about his wanker?
Uncircumcised. He's not circumcised.
No, he probably don't even keep it clean. It's
Well, the
probably
video
rotten
he
off or
sent me
something.
of it don't look clean. So
He sent you a video of his penis.
Sure did. That's how I know he's not circumcised.
Oh my God. He was really hard up.
He wasn't hard. I don't know what that was, but
Oh
I don't
Lord.
want to have to clean something before I don't want no Fermunda cheese on that shit.
Oh God.
I like my turtles out of the shell.
Oh my God. Oh Lord. Jeez.
Yeah, I got a video.
Yeah, I just had to show you that. It was fucking hilarious.
But yeah, that motherfucker better stay far away from me and you because I warned him to stay away from you and remain calm. I did.
Oh, girl, you know I can handle myself.
I know, but I know how he is, and he knows that I go over there all the time, and I knew he was going to do that, and that's why I left, and I wish I'd stayed.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe we can catch him on somebody else's panel and go up
And
both
we'll
of us
hop
at
up
the
at
same
it.
time.
Oh, he'll be on other panels. He goes on women's panels a lot.
Well, that's because he
'Cause he
thinks
took-
he's so handsome when he's not.
Mhm.
You know, that's the thing with some of these female creators.
He might be handsome if he didn't have such a big ego and a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying?
He's
But
obviously lying. I mean, he's obviously lying about himself. But
no
you
way
know,
he was in the mental health field, because he would never talk to people the way he did.
well, he didn't stay on his live very long because a lot of people went over and said something to him. And you know, but that's, you know, most of these people who's been around Summer's case from the beginning, we know these people.
Right.
You know, and it was just the blatant disrespect. He didn't need to be disrespectful.
Not at all. He's like that with everybody.
Well, he ain't like it with me, is he? Because it didn't work out real well for him. Girl. All right, girl. I love you. I'm gonna get off here.
All right, love you too. And thanks for the laugh. We needed that.
Hey, no problem. Whenever you need me, you let me know.
You too. Love you,
All right.
Mancom.
Love you. Bye.
Well, hi. Let's watch the video he done if it's still up. Bone collector. Tony is slinging. Who's sleeping? Who gives a fuck about Tony? I don't care. Don't even bring up Bullhorn Betty and all them fucking fucks. Let's see what he says. But yes, he did send me a video playing with himself. Facts. Yeah, I want to see what he says over here. Piece of shit. Frank. I love RC. I do. I wanted that motherfucker to leave her alone. And he done that out of spite. I guarantee it. He knows I'm in almost all of her chats. A lot of them. Let's see what he says now. Let's watch his chat here, because piece of shit. Little boy, don't you ever fucking come back around me or my people. Please, Wacky, no more Franks, man. I'm sick of them.
Let's see.
I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came
Look,
up
this
here and
started
took
out
her
with the same video you
and
left
lured her away
RC's.
from him. A lot. I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself. A lot. I know she didn't walk away from a lot. I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. A lot. I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her, lured her away from here. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers here and took her and has lured her away from here. Me and my mother flowers and her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her and has lured her away from here. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers. And we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from grandma. And she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay. And I walked her a lot. I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her and has lured her away from here. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers. And we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from grandma. After we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from grandma. And she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay, Mom. And she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay. And I walked her all the way over to the porch. And I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching. All the way over to the porch. And I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. To the and I watched her walk
I don't know what
into
the
the
fuck
kitchen
he's
with
doing.
the boys were watching TV. And I told the boys, I said, watch Summer, I'll be back. And within 2 minutes, I came back. And I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. And they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the where their sister was. And in 2 minutes, I came back. And I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said, okay. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone. I don't go on walks around here or runs because I'm scared of the bears and snakes and even the coyotes that are around here. Well, whoever has my daughter, I pray and hope that are around here.
Bullshit.
There to check, and she was nowhere in sight.
I fucking hate writing.
I don't go on walks around here or runs because I'm scared of the bears and snakes and even the coyotes.
Something she said.
Boys, I said, watch Summer, I'll be back. And within 2 minutes, I came back. And I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom.
She's lying.
I said, okay. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone. I don't go on walks around here or runs because I'm scared of the bears and snakes and even the coyotes that are around here. Well, whoever has my daughter, I pray and hope that they have not harmed her and they bring her back to us safe and sound.
Okay, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna share my entire screen so you guys know what I'm gonna do. Well, I got no YouTube experience. I lost a 4K channel. I'm good. Trust me. I'm gonna teach you something. It's called micro expressions. When people lie, they tend to stare in the distance. That is not the case. Within seconds. There we go. Compared to eyebrows. There you go. Copy this. I'm not allowed to copy that apparently. Gotcha. Well, that's a lie. Oh. It's not a micro expression, but it's a macro expression. When you do things for a long period of time, no, it's fine. If you guys all want to be bitching here, that is fine. You know, it is fine if you guys all want to be here because that is the exact same reason why this case is never solved. If you want to have your own goddamn opinions, then please leave. Because there are telltale signs that she is lying. I fucking studied for this shit. So if you want to have my credibility against your own fucking expertise on fucking emotions, go fucking ahead. I covered 40 cases, never been wrong once. So if you want to cover my expertise against yours, I'd rather have my ego up my ass than yours. But the true crime community doesn't like that, do they? Because, yeah, they have contact with the family. Fuck off. I have contact with families too.
You're a piece of shit.
Jesus fucking Christ. There we go again. When people lie and they can't hide it. People who lie never can hide it. It's a fucking universal language. Jesus. It's not really a plea, is it? Let's do that. already know enough about this one. Notice what she did. Notice what she did. I'm gonna show the other clip. Here. I'm gonna reverse back because I didn't expect to see this.
Oh, Chai, yeah. I can hang with the best of them. I know, Scout. Yeah, thank God he's in the Netherlands.
Okay, I want to see this one.
I just want to see if he mentions me.
Let me see that full interview.
Yeah, he was on another panel a while back that I want to show y'all too, talking about the Delphi pictures. Since he fucked with my Remain Calm, its own motherfucker.
I want to see the goddamn full interview. What's wrong with you guys? I'm not gonna play the full clip. She already doesn't know what's gonna happen. She's speaking truth. I don't care what these people have to say. I just want to see her reaction. That was studied. She said already twice within several minutes. I'm not that I am aware of. I know you guys can't hear it, but that's the important part. Just observe. All right, let me stop it right here because I didn't want to make it too long.
Okay, it's enough
But
on that one.
without a
There.
doubt, I can tell you guys.
Sorry, I haven't been watching chat much. Look at this here. This is him back 9 years ago. He's got a few old YouTube channels. Watch this.
Hey, hallo allemaal en welkom op mijn YouTube channel. Zoals sommigen al hebben gezien, ik heb al mijn oude video's die heb ik gedelete omdat ik ze niks meer aan vond. Ik wou een totaal andere richting op. Dus dat gaan we nog maar doen. Om mij wat makkelijker te maken ga ik dus 1 dag voorbereidingstijd voor mijn upload timing gebruiken. Dus wat ik dan weer bedoel is dat ik om de 2 dagen gewoon een filmpje plaats, zodat ik de dag van tevoren ook nog tijd heb om het script in elkaar te flansen. Dus ja, zo gaan we dat eigenlijk doen. Dus weet jij een desbetreffende onderwerp waar ik het in de volgende video zou over moeten hebben? Drop een comment met het desbetreffende onderwerp wat jij wilt dat aan bod komt. Dus dit is eigenlijk in principe gewoon een testrecording, aangezien ik net een greenscreen heb aangeschaft en eigenlijk wil kijken hoe het gaat. Dus, tot over 2 dagen.
That was him speaking Dutch, I guess. Like, if I know. Okay, now he was on this panel here. Him and this creator fell out too. Let's see. I just don't remember what all this was. I saved it. This is according to Lean's channel. I'm not really a fan of her, but Frank went on there, and that's when me and he was friends, and I'd go and whatever. But let's see. I had it saved. Can y'all hear me still? Just listen to this. This is when he talks about him releasing those crime scene photos. And y'all drop according to Lane's channel, which actually me and her kind of fell out because of Frank, but I should probably talk to her because I don't know. We'll do Michael Long part 2. I guess we'll have to do it again tomorrow or something because this motherfucker's got me fucked up doing Remain Calm like that.
Sorry. I love you. All right, get down, little girl. Well, people were showing the partial images, so I just. Oh, when did you release? Wait a minute. Wait. Where did you release the? Do you want to come up? Art of Deduction. Do you want to come up and talk to us about that? I'm going to drop the link, you guys.
That was a channel he had terminated right there.
And see if he wants to come and talk about what's going on over there. Oh, he's y'all look how special we are. He said, sure, I'll come up. Let me get out of bed. Or stay in bed. It don't matter. We can talk from your bedroom. Yeah, I want to know what happened. People were showing partial images. So what he's talking about, guys, is the Delphi images that were released from the. So I decided to release mine. If someone was going to, I would want him to take the heat and be fair and impartial. Did you release them? I'm curious. I want to know. We want to know. We want to know what's going on. And we won't tell anybody. I mean, this is just between us. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know. It's just between us.
It bothered me. This lady, though, like, had seen no problem with it. I don't know.
Developing intolerance.
No, he didn't get his channel back, Megs. He's banned.
I don't drink
terminated.
milk, so I don't have.
He was supposed to be on
took
here.
out
No, he
milk a
never
while
got it
ago
back.
just because it did hurt my stomach.
He made
And
a
then I
new
took
channel.
out ice cream because that would hurt my stomach. Just every and ate a bowl of ice cream. So I would try. I'll try anything once. I really will. Sarah just looks slimy to me. I'll get it down. Read my community post now. Just finish my last one. Okay, let me do that, you guys. Let me read y'all Art of Deduction's community post, and then he'll come up and talk to us about what's going on. If you're not subscribed to him, you guys really need to. Really need to.
This channel here was his original channel. He had like 4,000 some subs on it, and he done that to Libby and Abby, and then he got terminated. Like terminated, banned off YouTube, like Molly Golightly. He's not even supposed to be on here. And he made this little channel he's running around on now.
He does his own. He really does do his own research on things, and is very knowledgeable in the cases that I like to follow, like Delphi. And I mean, these are the cases that I'm just going to have to see to the end, no matter
Yeah,
what.
don't subscribe.
Delphi and the Idaho 4 and different ones like that. And he's actually helped solve 2 crimes. He has 2 of them. But he does have a background in this, to be fair, so he's not
Yeah,
just
I
some
don't like
YouTuber
this
that's out there
lady.
running around with the camera. He does have educational background in what he does. So let me find
So he
his
says
community
he hasn't
post,
shown no proof.
and we will read that, and then he'll come up here hopefully and give us a little understanding of what's going on. Let's see. Okay, I think this is the one he's talking about. You folks want to bash and trash me, moan and complain. There is always something personal or always an issue. You sit there and follow these channels that only talk and yada yada. I am fine with that. You bring it on yourselves. Bring it on, you haters. Because I showed something with respect to explain how GD, I don't like using that word, GD awful the crimes in cases Abby and Libby. It would not be without my liberty to do what I do to stand by and let these disgusting channels like Joe Lewis Crime Night, who I stand by is an absolute fanatic of an idea, and during his smack on the head with an Australian sea turtle started to be absolute in his idea that the man did it, that a man did it that has a GD alibi. And the sickest thing of all is this GD toxic community of vile creatures at the prof, who say Richard Allen sold Sudafed without showing proof. GD beats me how people can follow tragedy pimps. Let me get Frank up
She's
here real
okay
quick, and
with
I'll
him
finish
showing
this.
those photos.
Hi, Frank.
Hey,
Oh man, is your voice ever just? Oh God, it gets me. Lord have mercy. Let me finish reading this.
And this is a
Let
hoe
me finish
ass
reading this.
50-year-old woman married.
I displayed the girls in a well-respected manner, but at the prof will just say I got hired to do that since people actually respect my work and refer to buy me a coffee page because he is so disgruntled that I can actually figure things out without being a sad, pathetic 45-year-old with a failed music career. Or case closed with CJ has the only dry thing to say is that I am a NZI. You guys figure that out because um, that is the only intelligent argument the guy could pick out of Twitter. Whilst I am pretty sure he is asking me if genocide was justified or not. Wow. Holy shit. How stupid can you be? Dude, fuck off. If you one day fly all of your story ass channels will be gone if we get jury that is not infected with all your wild, bizarre hypothesis. Dude at the prof, really Western, never said Fortsman gave him the images. Well, gosh darn proof your context must be king because, wait, must be up. Oh, Rick Snae's ass because you are not reading the clue here. Now, some of these I can verify, you guys, because when I was out there on the streets trying to figure out where I was going to go hang my hat, I sat in some of these chats. So do your own work, do your own research. They're not hard to figure out what type of people these people are. Ruckus Rocks thinks he's some sort of information god while getting his information from some chick out of Canada who talked to one of Richard Allen's cousins, thinking his long lost cousin would tell him stuff about her long lost uncle, would incriminate him. Oh, by the way, folks, in Ruckus's world, his world, word deputy is just a nice word to say when you are a failed LE officer and got intelligence of a SEAL, so you can work in the correctional. So he became a booking officer and worked death row because that is what deputy actually means there. A little bit more respect, but still a huff
It's not a
title
lie.
that makes
It's
your
really not a lie.
huh?
I said that's really not a lie. It really is. Apparently, in Florida, deputy
I
means that you can be a correctional officer.
I didn't know he was a correctional officer. They can sing for your shit, but hey, I guess I must be wrong about everything. Well, Frank Meister, whew, pretty sure he still has an expunged charge of child M, but hey, that must be a lie too. He does. Do not think for a second that your personal hate will stop me for what I'm going or wanting to do, but keep in mind that I have the talent and the willingness to do good. So hate on me or think that I am an arrogant sack of shit because my motivations are based on making friends. It's not doing what is right, but if that right makes you a bitch moaning complain at me, then keep saying my name because I am doing just damn fine at my job. All of these people say the vilest, stupidest shit in hopes for a response, and then in hindsight, when seeking what channels they mod, it just makes me laugh at their comic grow into a void. You might not like me being assertive, and your little cult of subs and followers like like each other's comments, and I bet you screenshot it to each other just to get as much attention as you would want because that is how bullying works. I would never send my subscribers to a channel to disagree or dislike because the commonality of these creators is that they scam each other in in answers just because the public wants to hear the absurd bullshit. That's true. I try to be open-minded. I really try to. I really try to keep my cool, and hell, I'm even proud of what I have accomplished so far. But these illiterate asshats that keep bringing the wildest, creative, outrageous theories, he will plead at Ruckus Rots. Ruckus Rots rocks. Sorry, I need to drink something. The only thing he will let me. So basically,
I'm smoking,
I
by the way, so
ask
that's my
how.
phone. My camera's not on.
Okay, I ask how, but not really occurs to me that all of you who still subscribe to these channels are not here because of respect for the girls or the families. You are here for entertainment. Ah, how true is that of a lot of people? All there to witness and oh yeah, a moment to cheer a creator on. I don't need friends. I don't need views. The only thing I care about is justice and not a bunch of illiterate yay sayers who are too stupid to think for themselves and discount the terrible shit their favorite creator has done or said. Peace. P.S. Keep bitches. Keep bitching. I enjoy it. Oh, Frank, you're taking a lot of crap right now, Frank. What's up?
Well, I
What's
just
up?
displayed images. I
Where did you
thought since
display them to? We want to.
on my channel, on my channel,
Oh,
and
one of your lives.
yeah, latest live, and I displayed the images because if somebody is going to be fair and impartial, then it's going to be me. Plus, I did some profiling and said that. Plus, I showed something that nobody else showed, and that is that Libby. I take this with a grain of salt, okay? I showed bruising on her inner thigh, and take it as you want, but I think something happened, and there's a piece of clothing
No, he's
missing
never been in
that
America. No.
kind of proves that. But
So you think she was essayed? I'm just going
yeah,
to use words that I use. You
possibly.
think Libby was essayed? Okay, let me put up my trigger warning because we're going to talk about this. If you guys don't want to listen to this, I understand. You're going to come back later. No hard feelings at all. But I know people in the true crime community. Let me put up my trigger warning. There we go. Trigger warning.
Yep.
I know a lot of people in the true crime community want to hear, you know, what other people's theories about it. But the deal is that people there are people out there, you guys, that are following this case and have done serious work on this case. And Frank is being one of them. And I'm not just saying it because he's sitting on my panel, you guys. I did my research on Frank, right? I went out there and I did my research on him. And I would have never promoted his channel if I thought he was a piece of shit. Those other people that he's talking about, I've sat
You
in their
didn't do
chats
good
before.
research.
I did my own research. So I'm only promoting Frank right now because his work that I've seen him do first is his own. He's not pulling up anybody else's work and showing it on their screen for content or whatever. He's done his own work in it. He has filed things with the court. I have verified that. He has talked to the families. There's no way for me to verify that, you guys, because I'm not in
That,
touch with the families. It's none of
that
my
was
business.
that was probably the worst decision, or uh, before I made that episode, I
Gossip,
decided
that was
because
that
Crime Night,
girl.
which is Joe Lewis, who's an Australian gentleman and a complete illiterate dumbass. Sorry for saying that, but the guy is cuckoo. He is wild. You know what?
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, and he has a lot of followers, and you know what? That's fine. It's fine if you. But he threatened to blow up the memorial park of these girls. Like really? And how can you
Yeah, I
support
had
something
heard.
like that?
Exactly.
And
That's a terroristic act.
yeah, it is. And but it's all good because it lives in Australia. Well, good job that Australia has a real firm terroristic law that every single threat that comes in, they need to act upon it. So that's what I did during my live stream of today. I think it was my first one of today that I actually did that. And he apologized for showing the crime scene images. I was like, and it really made me conflicted because I really did not want to show them. So I decided to man up and I shared them with the family. I first did that. I also said what I discovered, and I'm not sure if the family did get to see them or not, but I decided to show what I made because I made a reconstruction of how the photos actually were. So I got 3 images, and I put them all together, and I showed it. And it's not a pretty sight, guys. But I analyze these things. I analyze crime scenes. I do this actually for a living. I do really do investigative work, and I do it all for free. I solely live on donations and what I make out of revenue. So I thought if somebody deserves these images, and I got them for a long time, and I decided to send them to the family. Um, so I also decided, without consent, that if this already is one part that one true crime channel that makes such wild accusations is going to show one part, then I'm willing to take the heat because of uh, morality, I guess. So I showed it, and I did it in the most respectful manner that I could. I did not show. Um, I put a filter over it, an oil filter, so it's not that graphic. But at least then people could have an explanation on what they're looking at. So that's what I did, and I explained why one person could have 100% done it. So yeah,
Okay, so all right, let me back up just a minute. You received the crime scene. There were 3 images you received back in October. Is that correct?
well, not in October, but they were dated October.
Okay, so and they were the images that were passed around to a lot of creators that
That's correct.
ended up hitting the news and became a big deal, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now you sent me 2 pictures, right? And you told me that you had put them together uh, and you did put marks that you covered up so that they, nothing was shown that was the pictures that I saw. There was nothing like body
Those
parts
were the
weren't
original.
shown that.
Those were the originals that I got. Yeah.
So those were the original. So the original ones that you got already had, they were redacted in
Yep.
places that covered. Okay. So what I want to say is the 2 that you sent me was the originals that were sent out to all of the creators, or was that the ones that you put together?
Well, the 2 that I sent you were actually free.
Oh, and you made them into 2? Because I only got 2.
That's how good my editing is, apparently.
Wow.
But yeah,
Okay. So why would there be 3?
because there was one entire image of the crime scene photos that people just cut for some
That's
reason.
crazy though. Why would they do that? That's dumb. So one of them was a crime scene photo of the whole of both of them together, like the whole image of the crime scene, and then there were another picture of only Libby and a picture of only Abby, right?
I couldn't tell you. The only thing that I did is just added them together, and that's it.
So they came to you in pieces?
Yes.
Why would Is that the way all creators got them?
Yes,
That don't make a lick of sense to me. Why?
doesn't make sense.
What is the there
It
was a
doesn't make
reason
sense.
why somebody cut up those pictures and sent them out like that. I'm gonna have to
That-
think on that really hard why somebody would do that. That don't make any sense. So you actually had to put the pictures together that were sent to you to make it one picture.
Yeah.
Well, you did a damn good job because it looks like one picture. And the only reason why I knew that it wasn't that you had put them together is what you told me. So let me ask you this: do you honestly believe that the family members had not seen the pictures before you sent them?
I believe they've seen it.
So you think they had already seen it before you had sent them out?
Mhm.
I think so too.
But I
think so
just
too.
wanted to be sure.
Okay. So, and you know, I'm going to play devil's advocate with you, and you know that I adore you, and I support your channel. I support what you do, and I'm thankful you come over here and give us your time. Get out of freaking bed and do your cute little hair like that.
Oh, I woke up
And
like
come over
this.
here and spend time.
I just
Oh,
just
you
laid
woke up.
in bed.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I woke up looking like my picture too, for real. But no. So I appreciate you giving us your time. I mean, that's a big deal to me. But I'm going to play at devil's advocate because that's what I do. You know, I'm a mom of 5 kids. That's what I do. So, what makes disseminating the pictures out to the public? How is there any morality in that?
From my end,
Yes.
because if one individual already releases one partial and it's a conspiracy channel, then I think that what I do
Jojo is
makes
sick
it fair
fuck.
and just to release the images in a respectful manner so people can use it um, with the story behind it and not use the real ones to create a false bias.
So people were using the images in a manner they were released because I knew the images had already been released to certain places online. So you think they were being released to certain places online to create the narrative that
Yeah,
Richard Allen could not possibly have done this or
yeah,
done it alone.
yeah.
So you
With my
released the
narrative,
images that you released the images that you released to show, wait a minute, you got what you guys are seeing is wrong. This is exactly what it is, and the man could have done it.
correct.
Okay, because my next question to you was, do 2 wrongs make a right? But understanding your logic behind doing so, um, maybe I
No,
guess it just depends on what you consider to be moral, whether it's wrong or not. I think we come off of the whole Zav Girl Gannon thing, you know, where it's just
trust me, I talked
that was
about that.
complete right. It's completely wrong, and I want you to maybe talk a little bit about it here. That what you have done is completely different than what Zav Girl has done.
I'm
Can
not
you
hiding behind a paywall.
oh,
There's no
and boom,
difference.
and boom. That is correct. Now, I think I think there's a fine line that we're walking here. You know, the girls are minors. But here's what I also think. This is my opinion, and anybody's welcome to their opinion too.
Y'all, please be careful what you're saying in chat, like the
The pictures
pedo and stuff, because
that Frank put up.
YouTube can
This is the only
flag my
this is
channel
I
even
just
though
want
I'm
to make
not
sure that I'm only focusing
monetized.
right now what Frank has done. He did not put I don't know if you know anything about what happened with Zav Girl and Gannon and all that. He didn't put it up behind a paywall, right? So he's not saying only those that are going to pay for these pictures are going to see these pictures. Okay. So he didn't put them up to gain any money from them. He put it up because there are people out there disseminating the pictures in a different manner, whatever that manner is, to create a narrative that is not true, and people are falling for that narrative. Okay.
You know,
Um,
I decided to take action because it's only 2 months away from trial.
and do you think we're going to get to trial
We're gonna get to
at
trial.
this point? And because the last time you told me that last time we talked, you said that at this point you just didn't see you saw him unaliving himself before we got there.
Wouldn't
So do you
surprise
think the
me.
trial is going to be changed? It wouldn't surprise me either, but it will piss me off.
That would
It,
piss
it
me
will
off
piss
too.
me off so bad. Like we've come too far. I want to see this man in court. I do. So the pictures are out there. Whether you go and you see, I don't know if your live is still up from where you show the
That is,
pictures. Are you leaving that live up?
I'm
All
leaving
right.
it
So
up.
what Frank is talking about? Oh wow. You have a nice set, Frank. That's what that shows to me. I appreciate you not hiding them. All right. So if you want to go see what Frank is talking about, was it the live before today, Frank? Because I was in your 5 o'clock live. Is it the one from
Latest one.
yesterday? Okay, the latest one. So if you don't leave now, I'm going to notice who's leaving. Don't you be running over to Frank's right now, y'all. We got Frank right here. But if you guys want to see what he's talking about and see what he has put out there, it is on his latest live. You're welcome to go check it out. Check Frank out in that. Lulu wants to know. I tried to keep my chat really engaged, especially like if they have questions, I really like them answered for them. So if you would just oblige us for a minute, Frank, do you feel as though it was your duty to share what you know?
Yes,
Do you feel as though society is blinded by one side or the other?
100%.
Wow. Do you think you're justified?
I think I'm justified.
And Lulu says she is supportive. She just wants to understand. Hey, Tina. Hey. All right, let's go down here. If you guys have any questions for Frank, please put it in chat and he will answer them. I remember Frank saying he believed there would be an insanity defense.
It wouldn't surprise me after the stuff that he got done. Not necessarily saying 100%, but it wouldn't surprise me. But
I do
it's
think
probably too
that
late.
that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah,
They were trying to make it look like he was freaking crazy. And that didn't work at all. But do I think they're going to bring up his sanity in this court case? Absolutely. Absolutely. What do
well,
you think about, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
I have bad news for them because only I have the license of Richard Allen, and I did an amazing presentation yesterday that shows his Richard Allen worked for CVS, right? A month later, he went to a pharmaceutical tech training for CVS, which lasted 1 year, and I got all the licenses for it.
Right. And that's what I did see, and I'm glad you brought that up. So you guys, it's not exactly easy to, I mean, you just, if you go and you work for a pharmacy, you can't just go back and work in the pharmaceutical part of it. You are locked out of there. You can work like the counter at CVS, stock the counters and stuff, but you don't actually go into the pharmacy part until you've taken a course on that. And then you have to, it's a state exam, you guys. You can't just mess with medications without having um, a state license to be able to do so. So what Frank is saying is he has already gotten all of his certifications on that, which is going to screw his defense of being insane. There's no way you're going to be able to take that test if you have any kind of insanity going on and pass it and be able to work inside the pharmacy side with medications as he did. So that's going to be blown out of the water real quick. And I think that's when they finally told him to quit eating paper.
Okay, I can't listen to this bitch anymore. Okay, and look, I did screen record whenever he or leaked those photos on his channel, and I'm actually uploading it right now. I blurred out everything. Because he showed the photos of Libby and Abby, Libby and Abby. I can't even talk, but hold on, I'm waiting for that to upload, and I'll show you how he went about it. I just now went through and blurred everything out because I would never do that. But just this motherfucker's on my shit list now. And Franklin, you uncircumcised motherfucker, I told you to stay away from Remain Calm. That's my girl. You fucked around and found out. I don't care what you do to me. There's no way this motherfucker's in mental health. No. Like, Remain Calm, he was probably a patient. Because if he was, he wouldn't be acting like this. Hold, please. Hey, Jennyville. No way, what, miss? Child, he don't even know, does he, baby? He don't even know. Hold on, I'm trying to see something here. Where's it at? I want to show y'all this picture of him too. It's on here. Fuck, that's like. Look at this picture of him. He did, child. He really did. That's the only reason he done that. Look at this picture of him from back in the day. Can y'all see that? He done fucked around and found out, boy. Yeah, he's got makeup and stuff on. Okay, now I'm gonna play this. This is, I screen recorded. Thank God I did, huh? Hold on. Let me make sure I blurred out the pictures that he showed of Libby and Abby. Hold on. I made sure to blur them out. That's not even. What? Okay, yeah, this is it. I have it unlisted, so I guess he forgot I'm a little smarter than he is. I remember the Olin Mills. I remember those. This is when he released them. Here.
What's up, guys? I need to be really careful what I'm gonna do. All right. In all honesty, I'm not gonna look at chat because I don't want to. I know that I will be probably getting a lot of hate.
I sped it up some. That's why he talks
I want you guys to
funnier
listen
than
for a
he usually
second.
talks.
There's all these rumors about, not necessarily rumors about crime scene images, and you know what, you guys, if somebody is going to show it, then it's going to be me, because I reconstructed all of these images into one, and if somebody is going to take accountability, responsibility of depicting a wrong, well, not a wrong side about it, then it's probably going to be me. So the first thing that I did,
Facts. He did look
is
over this.
I sent the images to Miss Patty just out of sheer respect, because apparently nobody has that. Because it's her granddaughter. Because all of the other people, like Crime Night, he did a fucking 30-minute apologetic letter or whatever, and then went on like with his other crazy shit. If anybody is gonna show the right depiction, I'm gonna do it in a manner that fits and respects these girls. But I'm gonna show you guys a minor detail that I was gonna talk about yesterday, but didn't have the right format to show. So all of you content creators that are talking about this stuff and doing it so wrongfully with no fucking clue what you're talking about, learn from me. Really. I will debate any of you motherfuckers. Anytime. That's especially you, Joe. Especially you. Because, dude, after my live closed, you went live for some reason because you did an early apologetic live. Trust me, my man. Your peripheral vision is zilch. That's probably why you need glasses. Because, dude, the family doesn't like you. They really despise you. Then why are you covering this case? I wonder.
At least
It's
he
all about
still has
corruption,
his
right?
channel.
That is your vision. You're getting tunnel vision because of it. And it's unfair. Thanks to you, my man, I am gonna do this. I'm not gonna show the entire image in its original. But you, my man, are on my #1 shit list. You are, my man, so goddamn fucking stupid. You have no clue how stupid you are. And you know what's funny? And I'm looking right in the camera, my man, because I'm not afraid of you. You are by far the most stupidest individual in any single case that I cover. I covered a lot, and I do a lot of controversial stuff. By far, the most idiotic grown man that there is. And dude, Joe, what are you doing? Does your wife know about this, or do you only do true crime when your wife is not there? Is she even aware that you do this, or are you too scared because you look that stupid? I cannot really reconcile with it. Because I was calling you out, I was wanting a confrontation with you, but apparently you were too goddamn pussy of it. Because you know what? It takes balls. It takes balls for your so-called truth. That is for every single true crime content creator that's out there. Because you know what? The matter of the fact is that I at least have the balls to call somebody out and explain why somebody's wrong. Because you apparently don't have that. And the only thing that you do is make things worse. Because what I am going to tell my man and what I am going to show, dude, it makes things so much worse in this case. And I'm not understanding you, my man. How in the fucking world you have so much followers? It beats me because, dude, you are a fucking indignant fucking idiot. You really are. And I'm not being mad. I'm not being mad, but dude, it beats me how stupid you are. It really beats me. It really beats me that you can talk so much shit. And when watching you, really, Joe, it beats me how zero fucking research you do. Zero. Like, dude, it's for real. And you keep fucking going. You keep yapping. You keep doing that. You bring zero evidence. And it pisses me off so goddamn fucking much that I want to punch my screen and I hope that you get a black eye. It really does. Joe, don't do this, my man. Just don't. You are so fucking far beyond your fucking belief. So far fucking beyond. You are so fucking stupid. Oh, God. I never met such a fucking ignorant, narcissistic dude. Really. I know violent never wins, but I want to punch the guy. Really. Like, why do you keep on a fucking tangent if it only brings on viewers? There's zero research, and all this fucking toxic community does is fucking feed on this guy. It's unfair to the fucking families, and this is the reason why I'm going to show you guys, because what I'm going to show you guys, it's even fucking more unfair. Because that is called fucking observation. I am getting shit on for doing proper research. Because of motherfuckers like this, and it's fucking unfair. Is everybody fucking indigenous and fucking incompetent in Indiana? Let alone in fucking Australia, because that's where they used to send the fucking prisoners. Oh my God, it needs to fucking stop, okay? It needs to goddamn fucking stop. And if I need to go on a goddamn tangent to fucking show you guys all this shit, fair enough. Then I am gonna be the one who's got to fucking do it. Not goddamn fucking Australian, goddamn fucking Lewis. So I had a little bit of decency to not show you guys the full image. Not at all. Because I need the goddamn reconstruction. All of you motherfucking haters that are out there, I'm swearing to God, go hate on me either way, because I know my heart is in the right place. And I've been struggling actually how to fucking present this. I've been really struggling how to present this. Because you know what? I sent the goddamn crime scene images to the family members. You know what? Because my heart is fully in it. And I take accountability for it. Apparently, none of you motherfucking content creators have the balls for it. And I need to be the one. Because there's so much shit out there that they're willing to fucking spend money
You ain't got no
and not
balls,
even fucking observe
buddy.
what is going on. It is sick. It is sick. It is so wrong. Apparently, they're blaming fucking the entirety of Indiana for it. That'd be my guess. Because I'm going to make shit so much worse. Because if Richard Allen is innocent, then good luck on that. Because what I'm going to show you is so much goddamn worse. Because if there's proof for sexual assault, then I am the one that is going to fucking show you it. By the way,
Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a fucking tangent right here, but it pisses me off because what I discovered yesterday is so sick, so fucking profound, and it fucking matches with exactly what all these motherfuckers were saying. Whatever, fucking, clothes were taken. Yeah, you're goddamn right it was taken. I can prove it. But you know what? It's fine. Keep calling me a liar. Keep calling me a goddamn liar. Go ahead. Keep doing it. All right, so I at least had a little bit of decency.
I'm the one that blurred this out. He had the full
not
pictures
fully
on
show it.
there. No, I blurred it out, motherfucker.
Now you guys can see how goddamn sick it is, and it's not a goddamn joke. But there's one thing I want to show you guys, and it has a goddamn explainability. And my heart is pounding. I swear to God. Because it's no longer time to take this case as a joke. It really is not. The family does not earn that. Because it's all about corruption this, corruption that. I don't care if Rich Allen is guilty or innocent. We want the fucking First Amendment, the Second Amendment. It's all about amendment. It's fucking, really? Really? Are you fucking kidding me? So if you have a goddamn guilty guy, you care about fucking paperwork? Our forefathers this, our forefathers that. Really? Even if the guy is goddamn guilty? What is wrong with you? Anyways. There's one thing that I want to show you guys. Two things. Because there are items missing from the crime scene. So what I just did is to remove the customization. I want you guys to observe. Let's see. Why can't I move? I'm afraid if I do anything else. Anyways, you guys can see ligature mark right here on Abby's right hand side. You also can observe bruising. Let me actually move this. You know, you have to understand, guys, that this is hard for me too, because I want to show a little bit of respect. But it's not as easy as it looks. Okay, I want to trigger warning for everybody that is watching. I really want to cry right now. It's not because of this image. It's just about the fucking drama behind it. And it's sick. It's so goddamn sick. Because Joe Lewis was like, yeah, I didn't know it was Ramsey image. Then dude, stop fucking talking about it. He goddamn well knew.
Kimmy cans.
Okay. I'm gonna close my live after this one. In criminal forensics, you have something called wound study, which would indicate usually within wound study you have blood spatter analyzing. That would indicate where the blood originates, and it would indicate where the alleged perpetrator is from. However, yeah, I need to show it. I need to show this. I really need to show this. So I'm gonna do this with all the respect that I can for the girls, because that is only the thing what I care about. You know, I think some people really need to be ashamed of themselves on this entire tangent about lying and think they are so like high on information. They need to be ashamed of themselves, because they've made this case so much worse than it's supposed to be. Because if it was not for these people, we would have a trial. We would have a trial. And all these people that say that they don't have anything to do with it, don't believe it. Don't believe it, because they have. They always had some sort of information bias. They always have some sort of information high that these people are not worthy of this. Because the images that I just showed you, and I'm going to show you it again. It shows not 2 images, but 3.
Is that better, y'all?
That I put together. And I even made it way better with construction, trust me. Shouldn't do the last one, should I? Okay, let me try to edit it. Okay, I'm going to show you guys it again, but in edited format. Let's see. Kind of funny that I have all these trolls in at the same time and already know who they are. Really? While trying to explain something? You know what? It's fine, because you guys have a personal issue with me. It's cute. All right. Now on the right-hand side, see Libby laying. Libby, according to just simple logistics and the simple scientific gravity, blood always flows down. Now, obviously, this is water painted or oil painted, but it doesn't really look like that. You can see a large blunt force wound on her nose, which would mean that she has been struck with high force on her nose, and it would cause something called a crater wound or express wound, which would mean that something from a significant force. This is just a sheer speculation that would have rendered her unconscious. Now, everybody is wondering why one person could not have done this. I'm telling you, only one singular individual would have done this. Period. Because if that was not the case, you cannot see all the things that I'm showing you, but you can see blood in her hands. It's also on her other hand. If she were to have grabbed her throat while it was sliced, her palms would also be red. Was not the case. Thus meaning that when she was suffering that first wound that she had that rendered her probably unconscious, that is when she grabbed her nose. Because there's no significant blood on her palms. Like I said, a reasonable deduction leads to reasonable reactions. You have to wonder why one body is naked and why one body is not. It means a sign of remorse. That remorse probably indicates that Richard Allen only lives 2 minutes from Abby Urhav, meaning that they had a personal connection. Because if you have a personal connection, it leads to more time with the victim than the one that you do not know. Therefore, Richard Allen is psychologically and criminally the best aspect, or the best suspect in this case. So there you guys go. Otherwise, and I can tell you guys with a reasonable amount of experience that usually that psychology does not lie, because the human brain does not work like that. So you can either
Okay, that was all of that. But yeah, I felt sorry for him. I have no words for him right now. But, oh, Frank, you're on my shit list now, buddy. I'm not scared of you. But I'm going to get off here. We'll get back to Michael Long tomorrow or next day or something. So I'm glad Remain Calm come up here. I'm going to change the title and stuff on this one. So we'll get back to that tomorrow. Thank you all. Yeah, he's a whole mess. I'm really pissed he done Remain Calm like that. But good night. Love you all. See y'all tomorrow.